Chickadee check check check. Robot and the bear. Chickadee check. Chickadee check check check. Chickadee check. Chickadee check check check. Robot and the bear. Chickadee check check check. Chickadee check check. Chickadee check chickadee check check check. Chickadee check check. Robert and the bear. Robert and the bear. Robert and the bear.
Oh my god. What? What was that?
I just suddenly went like drill and bass on that shit.
I think you went, Alec Empire right there.
Oh yeah.
I think that was a little bit of Alec Empire.
When you reach your peak, it's time to die. Robot and the bear. Robot and the bear. Robot and the bear.
And we're live.
Yay! I hope some of that was captured in the.
I think it probably all was. Yeah. So even better.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
just so you guys know, our intro music is Luke Chu.
Yep, that's
brought
me.
to you by Luke Chu.
Yep.
Fascinating.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I think you've always wanted to be a beatboxer, like one-man band beatboxer.
Unfortunately, I am not good at beatboxing, but
you just did it though.
I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun and having a good time. Fucking like, how can I not have a good time when it's time to record a podcast with Mr. Eric Nakamura? Speaking of which, how are you doing, buddy?
Good, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's new?
What is new? Well, we are on the second week now of Let's Eat.
Yes. Let's eat.
Let's eat.
Yep. Nobody, no late drop-offs. Nobody dropping off work.
No, nothing weird happened. Or did it? I don't think anything weird happened since the opening, unfortunately. Yeah, nobody showed up with art saying, hey, yours is.
There's one thing we should talk about, and that is this. We had a weird submission for the show. And I'm not talking about the one that that Lofa was involved with. That
right.
was, just a small mistake. But we got this weird piece that,
I don't even know if that was for the show.
You don't think so?
That little weird thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. I still don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was like a fucking, it was almost like a Post-it note, maybe a little smaller than a Post-it note.
Yeah, it was actually smaller.
And it looked like either a strawberry or my initial impression was stomach bacteria.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah. Let me see if I could dig it up.
Wait, you took a picture of it?
You said you took a picture of it and you sent it to me. What is this?
Oh,
is this
yeah.
do you know who this is? And I'm like, who the fuck is this?
So I'm wondering too, at least in my experience, I don't think I've ever had a good unsolicited submission.
Is it showing up on the
It is. Yeah.
That's the piece.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw it, I said, what the fuck is this garbage? That's not going to be in my fucking show.
And I was like, Luke Chu, man, you're just curating Storm right here. You're the most amazing curator of all time. I was like, wow, good choice, Luke, man. Yeah. I don't know what that is, but okay.
I was a little mystified by it, though. It is much more contemporary in its execution than anything in this show.
Could be. Is that true? Could be.
It had this kind of lackadaisical kind of thing. I'm looking at it now. I guess it looks like a strawberry.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure. Sorry. What's his name? Ryan?
I can't even read the last name.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Unfortunately. So should we do our fives? Are we back to the top fives?
We're back on the top
fives. Okay. So you want me to just go first since it looks like you're not ready? Or are you ready?
I'm going to shoot it off, right? Okay.
What does that mean?
I'm just I don't have anything. Well, you know what? I'm going to, because I've been documenting all of our top fives.
You have been?
Oh yeah, they're all listed.
You mean just yours though?
Yeah. I've been documenting mine.
Oh, that's good because I don't have any documented.
Well, aside from the actual recordings.
Yeah, someone could listen. Well, we can get an intern to transcribe all of it.
Yes, actually, that's. Is
there anybody out there?
Yeah, we're definitely looking for.
Oh my god.
Well, maybe we could Fiverr it.
They're just okay. Yeah, you'd need somebody to then correct it all.
What's the date today? The 4th.
Yeah, September 4th.
2019.
Yeah.
All right, you go for it.
Okay, well I'll start. This Sunday I'm doing a pin event in San Diego. So I'm actually
you're going to San Diego.
Yeah, I'm driving to San Diego. Usually I go to San Diego once a year. That's for San Diego Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. I've always said, hey, I don't want San Diego to be so far away, even though it is. And so I was like, well, here's an opportunity to go to San Diego, so I'm going, and I'm going to do a pin event for Patches and Pin Expo. And it's interesting because there's more than one, obviously, just from there's more than one person who does a pin event. Yeah. So evidently some of them don't like each other, or some of them are like, they're possessive of the pin and patches type of, I guess, territory in terms of like events.
Right.
So I'm going to Patches and PinCon, who some people say are not the nicest folks, but
Oh.
I don't know. I've not had a problem, but yeah, I don't know. But I've heard that they're not always as nice as what I've heard. But I know their events though are bigger, and they attract more people, and it seems like they've been around the longest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just stuff I've heard. But then again, the people that are saying that are smaller pin events. So you know what I mean? Of course,
So this is a bigger event.
Well, I guess so. It's by the bigger company, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It's like the bigger company doing an event in San Diego.
Okay.
And there is a Pins and Patches, so the opposite in name in San Diego, like another company called Pins and Patches.
So there's a Patches and Pins. This is a Pins and Patches.
Evidently, yeah. So then they don't like each other, and
well, obviously.
yeah. And then there's Enamel Market.
Right.
That's Kevin.
That's
Yeah,
Kevin.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's more, but those are the ones I know.
Right.
Yeah. But I heard like some of them don't like the other group coming to promote at their event, and vice versa. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know. There's actually pin drama.
Oh.
Yeah, drama in the enamel.
That's
Enamel drama. Is that the right word? I'm trying to think of a good term for that. Yeah. There's beef in the enamel. I don't know.
Oh, that's
Beef and pins, man. No, they can't all get along. There's beef in the pins.
Oh, okay.
Pins and Patches organizers beefing with each other.
Like, where have you heard this from the smaller dudes?
I've just heard of it from, the rumors.
The rumors.
So I haven't heard it directly, but I just know that there's beef. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well.
So anyway, that's number one. I'll be at Patches and Pins. It's at the place called Sandbox Venue.
Patches and Pins. This sounds weird.
Patches and Pins Expo is their full name, but they've been around the longest.
Okay.
Like they have like 50,000 grams followers.
They decided to go for the alphabetical versus the syllabolic kind of
but maybe
order.
they were figuring no one's going to do this, so we'll do it the opposite of what everyone would think. So therefore, you can get the URL.
Yeah, because
it's possible maybe somebody else had the URLs on everything.
Right.
In the Instagram name.
Yeah, but
and all
Expo,
I don't know, but yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I'll be in San Diego. I think the event's 12 to 6. There's supposed to be, I don't know what the fuck's there, man. I'll be there. Yeah. So it's at the Sandbox venue for what it's worth. So anyone in San Diego, come down.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, number 2. The day after, Sunday, I'll be at Zine Fest Long Beach.
Wow, that's 2 fests in a fucking row.
Yeah. Game on, man.
Wow.
Yeah, hustling. Don't say I'm lazy. Shit. Anyway, so yeah, I'm doing Zine Fest Long Beach. Long Beach Zine Fest, and I'll have a new zine that I'm kind of making, this little photo zine I've been kind of working with.
You gave me a little sneak peek.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do something, and yeah.
It's cool.
Anyway, so yeah.
Well, so what else are you going to be like toting along for that?
What's that?
What else are you going to be bringing along for the event?
Okay, well, wait, which one? The zine one?
I mean, like the Pins and Patches. I kind of think I know what you're going to be bringing.
Well, I'm going to bring zines, man.
Even to both of them.
Oh, to both? No, I'm just Zine Fest. I'll bring zines and some pins, of course.
Do you have any, like, aside from your own zine, do you have any other, like, unique kind of new items?
I got the Tarada zine. I've got a few things, Yeah.
Wait, weren't you, like, trying to coach me to, like, fucking throw something together?
Oh, yeah, make a zine by tomorrow? And I'll bring some back issues of Giant Robot. Seems to work well. Like the Murakami cover does well. Barry McGee. Cover works well.
Yeah.
And Cause.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
And if I bring those, they have a good chance of selling. Whereas if I bring some of the other ones, maybe not. Hate to say. And I can only display a little bit. Like it just doesn't. It's not enough space to display a lot. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. So I'll be doing that. Long Beach Zine Fest, which is at a place called the Expo Center, I think.
I want to try and make my way out there for that.
Actually, and that, I mean, if you could rank Zine Fests, as far as I know, I mean, number one, LA Zine Fest. Number two, Long Beach Zine Fest. Like, it's actually pretty sizable. I mean, not as big as LA Zine Fest, but it's still sizable. Like, it's worth the time, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, LA Zine Fest is, definitely like a fun event.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, that one. I mean, that one's it is more epic, but
Yeah.
this one should be a little, obviously less crowded, and you can see everything in the room. And it'll still take time, but it will be less crowded for sure. But it's still good. I had a good time last. I did it once before, and I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but I've done it before, and I really liked it. I might have skipped last year.
Yeah, did you skip? Because like I asked you, but I know you weren't there. But
I didn't go to LA Zine Fest because I had to work.
Right.
I could not find somebody to cover me. But then the Long Beach Zine Fest, I might have skipped it. I can't remember though if it's 2 years ago. But all I know is I went all the way there and early. I was like, I'm gonna get there early and take my time and prepare. I get there and I start to unload and I realized I left everything here.
What?
So I had to get right back in my car, go right back fucking to back here, pick up everything, and then go right back.
Wait, which one was that? The one
Long
out like
Beach.
Long Beach?
Long Beach Zine Fest, yeah.
Okay.
So actually, yeah, as I said, I forgot all the stuff. Basically, I got there early and I realized I'm like, where is everything?
Oh.
And I realized my car was empty.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Getting old sucks.
Or something, man. I just totally spaced on it. I drove all the way there excited and was like, oh no. But I made it. Everything, I made it in time and set everything up. So, okay,
Nice.
number 3. I want to talk about the economy. So, perfect thing is Jun Watanabe, enrolled agent. Enrolled agent means I think he's a tax man.
Okay.
But he does financial planning, and he says, question, how will the inverted yield curve affect the pin and patches industry?
Whoa.
But basically it's a complicated sounded question that's just asking how the fuck do you think the economy is going to do? Our economy, cuz so I realize like I think I'm slower than normal, like year by, like just cuz I look at everything year by year. I think I'm slower in retail for sure. I'm 100% sure. And it feels like it too. Like I feel like, oh wow, there's like less people coming in, all this kind of stuff. And I thought it was me because I'm not doing something right. Maybe I didn't fucking mop the floor well enough. I don't know. Any excuse I could, I was thinking it's my fault.
Sure.
And I find out, lo and behold, I'm hearing it a little bit. Like once you start asking people, you start hearing that, oh no, everybody's a little bit less busy. Like if I ask a sales rep, I'm like, how are your other like places doing? Like, are they ordering as much stuff? What's going on? And they'll say, oh no, everybody's saying that it's slower. Like
Really?
retail is slower. So that's like something to consider if you're worried about like, the economy. Why is it slower? Like what's going on there? Like I have no idea why, but
Well, it's because
I thought it was something I'm doing, but I'm realizing it's across the board.
right.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, like the. I mean, like everyone's fucking. The world economy runs in cycles.
Yeah.
Right.
I was of some sort. I don't know what that cycle exactly is, and I don't think anyone knows, but there is some kind of a
growth and depression.
Sure,
Growth
there's
and
something,
depression,
And when it comes down to it, I guess I could say that if you're an investing type of person, we've been in like good days for the last like 6 years,
Right.
5, 6 years maybe. At least as far as I started, I didn't pay attention before that.
Right.
But we've had nothing but ups for the most part. A little dip last year in November, December, but it all made it back like this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've had nothing but good years in the last bunch. So maybe it's time for just a leveling out. I don't know. I don't want to say that because it's like I don't want that, but who knows? So just be ready, everybody. I don't mean to make
Well,
everyone
I
paranoid.
hope we don't have a crash, but
That's
I mean,
well.
like,
Does it start with a stock market? Like is that what it is? The starting point of it all? Because like Trump's kind of like every time he tweets, things go bad, right?
right.
So, but our stock market's not that bad off right now. Like today was a good day.
yeah.
Yesterday was a bad day.
Are you a big stock trader?
I'm watching all of it. Yeah. So watching everything, and yeah, it was. Yesterday was bad because the trade thing took an effect. Right? Was that on Sunday night though? The tariff took effect at midnight. Was it Monday night? I think Monday night on Labor Day. Interesting, right?
Right.
So or is it Sunday? Either way, there was no stock market to like affect. And then the first day stock market opens Tuesday.
Yeah.
It goes down pretty far. And then today, some of it makes it's.
Well, didn't it go down because of Trump?
Oh, it's
and
it's
the
the tariff thing. Yeah. So it went down, but then today it went up. Not. It didn't make up for the day, but I mean, it's not that bad.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not. the stock market right now is not that bad. It's
Right.
actually, I mean, if you want to get into it, it's pretty amazing still. You know what I mean? It's just not at its peak, but it's not bad.
Nice.
No, you know, so I don't know, like, what is it that's making retail bad? I feel like it's been this whole year. Like maybe from like March on, I feel like it's been really kind of sketchy.
Do you ever feel that, like, you know, your business can be compromised by like online businesses and stuff like that? Like, you know,
You mean?
like you know, like
of-
Amazon taking
sure.
away, you know.
Oh, I think so because for sure, a lot of the simple stuff we would used to sell is no problem. So what's important is to make shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like to make stuff or get stuff that's maybe made, you know, with an artist or something, or
Right.
you know, or
Creating
something new.
exclusive,
Yeah.
new, exclusive, unique.
Oh, I mean, art is that too, right? So
Sure.
art shows here are definitely unique, but like a giant robot T-shirt is also unique. My pins are, you know, also all that stuff is. But the stuff that's common, yeah. I mean, to be dead honest, you could find books cheaper on Amazon than my shop. You know, all those comics and stuff. You could look it up, and you're like, oh shit, it's like $1 cheaper on Amazon, right? Or sometimes remarkably cheaper. Like, how is it that something is brand new book and it's like 30% off on Amazon right away, first day? And I'm like,
Right.
fuck, you can't compete with that.
Right. Well,
and then they got that free shipping shit going on, and
Yeah, oh yeah.
and they don't pay taxes, so they don't give a fuck.
I'm the worst at that. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, I will go to Hennessy and Engel and open up my phone and start taking pictures of
sure.
covers. And
Yeah. So I used to have little signs in our shop saying, photos are okay, but I know what's up. I used to write that, you know. I used to write that, like a little sign that says that. So people are like, what does this mean? I'm like, taking pictures of the stuff. I know what's up.
Right.
Especially if it's not for Instagram. Like I'd put it near the books, you know,
Right.
because I know that's what's going on. And I don't blame anybody.
No, of course.
Yeah, you know, but I think that's kind of thing is you got to just adapt to the situations. Like when it happens, the best you can.
Right.
Like one trick, I don't want to say trick, but if you have something that's like, let's say if you're selling things that are $10 or less, let's say you go on Amazon and it's $9 instead of 10, you're still going to spend $10 here. You're not going to save $1 off of Amazon and not get it in person.
Right.
But if it's like $10 difference, yeah, you're going to go, fuck it, I'm going to buy this on Amazon.
Of course.
So maybe you need to sell more things that are like $10.
Remember that,
you know?
like, Yosho Tomonara, like, double book that
That
can't.
shit's expensive now.
Oh, is it?
That thing's like thousands of dollars, I think. Like it's out of print and rare.
Oh, I remember
The
when I
big
fir-
one.
Yeah,
The big one?
the big one that's like fucking this thick.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's that thing's like super expensive.
I bought that.
It's like $500 when it was new or something.
Yeah. And
I believe it to be like $2,000 now.
Oh wow.
I think. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, but I mean, I think even you were suggesting to people, like, you know, if you're looking for that book, buy it on fucking Amazon.
Yeah, I would tell people that because
Yeah.
it's just you're gonna save like $100 on it
Yep.
or something, which is
Yep.
crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah, I think it was like I think
don't
it
blame
came out to like $300 or $400, you know, and
Yeah.
like, you know, and it was like each book is fucking huge.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's amazing. I don't have one, but I had one.
Oh,
I don't have one anymore.
You sold it.
No, I gave it away.
You gave it away.
Yeah, yeah. Gave it as a gift. It's cool.
You're
You
a
know.
giver, Eric.
Oh, I
You-
try. I know what's up, man.
Yeah,
I know what's up. Anyway,
Wow.
so yeah, watch out for this economy. I don't know if it's really going to be a problem, but you know, just be ready for a tightening. And I'm just talking to retailers, I guess, because a lot of people won't notice.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna like if you work a 9 to 5. I mean, your job's probably not in danger.
Right.
It depends what kind of job, but most likely you'll be okay for a long time. But you might not even notice. You're just gonna go about your daily life and be like, everything's normal, you know.
Right. Right.
But then I'm telling you from my standpoint that why is this the first year in many years that I'm seeing it be this like much slower. So there's something going on.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so
So
come to, so I'm
recession-
just telling you, come to GR and buy shit.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. You know,
Whatever.
like, come on, support small businesses.
Well, you know, hence I'm coming to you. I'm going to be in San Diego and Long Beach.
Nice.
So
nice.
yeah, I'm going to hustle. Okay. And let's see, number 4, my parents' 55th anniversary.
Congratulations
Yeah.
to your parents.
Yes. I took them out to dinner yesterday and, you know, just a little nice place type of thing. But 55 years, man.
Nah,
We didn't even do
wow.
anything for year 50. So I kind of was like, oh shit. So 55.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing, but number 5, the Mandalorian trailer.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about that because one, I thought it was a movie. Didn't realize it's a TV series.
Oh yeah.
Is that good or bad? It being a TV series
It's
compared to a movie.
good.
You think it's better?
Good. Yeah.
Because I mean, when it's a movie, they'll put more into it, right? Than the TV thing.
Well, I don't know about that, because the thing is, like, the technology has come to a point where even television shows can have the same production values as a movie. Like,
Is it?
Like Game of
I don't know.
Thrones. Like,
I know,
yeah.
but that's a special one. Like they put millions into each episode, right? Like 20 million into one episode.
Right. Yeah.
But then, I mean, this Mandalorian, are they putting that much into it?
Well, here's the thing. Like, Game of Thrones started off a little bit more humbly, right?
Sure.
You know, and so
Yeah,
like it
but
all depends.
It was
but
all
like,
about weird drama. So
you know, but
yeah.
people are really excited about the Mandalorian because
Yeah.
it's kind of like the show that's giving us the Boba Fett we really wanted.
yeah, well, let's hope so.
You know,
And then finally, the IG-88. Well, I guess it's not IG-88. It's IG-11, evidently.
yeah,
The one that's in the that's being shown there. That's like
Yeah.
you get to see this IG-88 like robot in action.
gunslinging.
Yeah, because
Gunslinging.
you never seen it. You're just because I've always wondered. I'm like, what the fuck does that thing do?
Right.
Like it's just sitting there, and I'm like, that can't do anything.
Right.
And it's like, no, I had no idea it was gonna go Chow Yun Fat on like
Oh my god.
on whoever
That-
it's shooting. It's Chow Yun Fat. It's like 360 viewpoint.
Fucking like
with-
gunslinging from the behind the back. And I was just like,
So I'm kind of like,
"What?"
wow. Okay, and that's not evidently that's IG-11. Maybe a predecessor, or I don't know. That's what I read. That's not
well,
IG-88.
They definitely put like they gave him like a waist articulation that they did not give him in the.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I
well,
should look again because I
yeah.
kind of. I mean,
like you can see like this kind of separation thing in
Oh.
the center, so which gives him the
Oh, I
ability
see.
to move his, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and like if you remember the action figure of IG-88, like it's just like a big solid torso,
yeah.
you know, and like you know weird fucking like, you know, anyways.
But I'm kind of excited because I think that IG-88 or whoever that is looks rad, and I'm excited just for that one character actually,
yeah,
the side character probably. But I'm like, finally, it's gonna get its due.
yeah,
Like it's now gonna be like awesome.
yeah.
So
Ooh.
yeah, because you know it didn't mean anything to me before. I was like, look at this fucking tin head thing. You know, it's like the Tin Man, right?
Oh, so since we're on
It's like a muffler man basically. And I'm like,
dude,
you're not gonna
like
do shit.
I was very curious about. I loved the design of all 5, or is it 6 bounty hunters?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Bosk, Dangar. Was that his name?
Was Greedo one?
No, Greedo was from
It's
the
not a-
first movie.
Greedo's not a.
You
bounty
know,
hunter.
a Forlom and
I don't know their
fucking-
names, man.
Forlom was the one that had like this weird brain kind of head and a C-3PO body,
Uh-huh.
you know, and then like, you know, IG-88. Dengar was the dude with the fucking bandages wrapped all over his head.
Mhm.
You know, he was featured a lot in the Star Wars Rebels animation series. Did you ever watch any
No,
of the animation
I
ones?
didn't.
Those are actually not bad.
Yeah, I heard. I never
No.
watched them. So I missed out on those, and I didn't watch them. What was the last one? The movie, the last movie that was a Disney one. That was it their first one? I never watched it.
You mean the precursor? Wait, you mean the animated one?
No,
or-
no, no. I watched Rogue One. What's the one after Rogue One?
Last Jedi.
Yeah, that. I didn't watch that one.
You didn't watch that one?
No, Last Jedi, is that the one? Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Why not?
I just didn't watch it.
Are you going to?
No. Solo. That's the one.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
watch Solo.
Oh, Solo's good.
I see. The little I watched looked really good, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is actually looking good." So I'm gonna get
it's
to
good.
that. Yeah,
Like I don't.
like that's better than a lot of the other ones, right?
Here's
From what I
here's the
understand.
thing. Like you know, like I'm glad that Disney has slowed down on the movie releases because I think that like a new Star Wars movie every year is too fucking.
Because I think that
much.
one came out, and I was just like, no, I don't want to watch this. Like, I'm not ready for it. The Solo one,
Right.
I wasn't ready for it. I was like, dude, it's already like fuck. So I didn't
Yeah.
watch. That's why I didn't actually watch that one.
No, but it's
Yeah.
like Scott. I watched it with Scott Tolson, and like that guy fucking hated The Last Jedi. Hated it.
Uh-huh.
But you know, we both agreed that Solo was the most Star Wars movie of.
Yeah, it seemed like what
Sorry.
I saw, like parts of it, it looked like I was like, this might be really good.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
good.
And then what about Rogue One? Did you like that? Because that's kind of a weird one.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
You
Did
know.
like, yeah.
You know, okay. Like I want to stay on this Star Wars talk. For
That's
just a
okay.
little bit,
Let's
you
talk
know,
Star Wars.
Okay,
Star
before
Wars
I
is not a
never
bad
mind,
topic.
You know,
I wasn't.
before-
Oh yeah. Now I'll still mention I had a little short interview with Bill McMullen because he's working on a podcast about
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star
Yeah.
Wars. Yeah.
Well, here. Okay, first of all, Rogue One, like people kind of lost their shit because they saw fucking Darth Vader like do all kinds of crazy like Force style like lightsaber throwing attacks and stuff like that. But like, did you see that fan made scene like film that like I think it's called Scene. It's got a number, but it's basically like the confrontation between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader reimagined from A New Hope.
Oh, really? No.
Oh my god.
Was it good?
Oh my god, it's fucking amazing.
Really? Wow.
Like it's like, I'm like taking in consideration like all the things that like George Lucas had, Jedis being able to do in the prequels, and then like kind of like having Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader face off in the Death Star.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and updating it with an action sequence where
Right.
Vader's throwing lightsabers and fucking, and it's amazing. I'll send you a link to it.
Their abilities actually somehow got lesser, right? But
Right.
That's with technology. I wonder if they would ever. Nah, they won't ever
and
change that. Huh?
And they even like fucking like stitched in some of the other stuff that like that was I gotta fucking
You can't wait. Can't wait.
I
Show
mean
me
like
now.
I don't. It's called Star Wars Scene 38. And it's literally like fucking 6 minutes long.
Wow. Star Wars Scene 38. Everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a link to this.
Okay.
That way you could watch it like
Sure.
off of
I'll
the
check it
podcast.
out. Yeah, yeah.
But like but then the other thing I wanted to fucking mention was fucking. Did you see the fucking D23 fucking Rise of Skywalker trailer?
Yes. Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Rey with the fucking switchblade, fucking like
Crazy, right? Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
a Sith kind of.
So wait, that's a movie, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's going to be a movie.
Yeah, that's coming out.
That's a lot of Star Wars happening here.
No, I mean, but the thing I just talked about was a fan thing.
Yeah. But I mean, there's the Mandalorian. When's that? Now soon?
Yeah, soon, like November.
Did you subscribe to Disney whatever
No.
channel? No.
No,
Are you
not
going
yet.
to or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Just
okay.
like I want to see the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe fucking I can like just like watch it on whatever. But we'll have Mandalorian talk.
Okay.
Know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Sure.
like but I recommend Solo. I know a lot of people were kind of like protesting like what Disney was doing with Star Wars but not watching it, and I think that's lame.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to. I do want to watch it. I just haven't. I just haven't gotten to it.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
like,
Rogue One a Disney one too? Was that was Disney?
Yeah.
That was a weird way to go, huh? Like to start with that. That was the starting one, right?
Was
that their first, like, pure Disney one?
It started with
Or is it all three of those?
No, it started off with the first like what's his name movie. The guy who did Lost.
Yeah, JJ.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
JJ movie came out, and
That was
then
it?
Rogue One
Okay,
came out.
okay. Gotcha.
And then
Well, that's because the first. Yeah, gotcha.
yeah,
Because
so,
the JJ one kind of like he's always about like at least celebrating the retroness of it a little, So
sure.
he makes his own cantina scene type of thing and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's JJ's style. Like he would, he loves. He's a geek.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
reason why.
And evidently that in that Last Jedi, the cantina woman, the one who's running the cantina.
Yeah.
That woman is based on a teacher at my high school.
Oh,
and
really?
and once I read that, I was like, because he said that in an interview, and when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, it's totally her. There's the one teacher. I think she literally taught at the high school for like 50 years or something.
Oh wow.
And it's basically it's her. It's based on her. And I was like, it's her personality. Yeah, I remember her. So I was like, oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, he did a pretty decent job
Yeah.
as far as that goes. It's like he brought it back a little bit, and then Rogue One. That's a weird one.
Yeah. I mean, like
I like it.
It ended in a way that I
like
thought
it.
like worked. Like if they tried to fucking like keep any of those characters alive, I would have been disappointed.
Dude. It was. I mean, imagine if you're a little
Spoiler alert.
kid. Nah, it shit's spoiled. Imagine if you're a little kid though, going to that and watching it. You're like, Star Wars. Oh yeah, awesome. All of a sudden, oh shit, everybody died.
Everyone dies.
Yeah, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
know
kind of
what?
a shock for kids,
I kind of have a hard time fully embracing all these different side movies, though, just because, like, I don't know, they're side stories, They're not like, I mean, there's only been 2 of them. There's been Rogue One and there's been Solo, and
Now Mandalorian is a side story too.
and Obi-Wan is what's his name? Ewan McGregor is reprising his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi too. So like, kind of, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know whether it's going to be a movie or if it's going to be, just like a streaming television thing.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, okay.
Anyways.
Well, that was number 5. Ooh, that was a top 5.
Star Wars, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my top 5. Last weekend, I went to, I think it was like Pasadena Daydream or Wonderland or whatever it was fucking called. But like, it was this weird music festival, and it had like
Indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Oh, wow.
Outdoors. And it was held in like an area outside of the Rose Bowl. I thought it was going to be in the Rose Bowl, but it was outside.
You mean like the parking lot?
Like this
It is
park
big.
area that like around the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
And they had 2 stages. And the bands that I really wanted to see were Mogwai, the Pixies, and The Cure.
Wow.
You
So this
know.
is like a 90s, 2000s type of
Yeah, kind
thing.
of.
Yeah.
Kind of. And
Or
and then-
80s, I
then-
guess.
And then like I think Throwing Muses was playing. I
and
know.
then 90s,
And
early,
then-
late 80s.
And some bands I'd never heard of, and the Deftones. And people keep telling me that I'd like the Deftones, but like when I hear that name, the Deftones, I just think of like a third wave ska band.
Me too, actually. And it's like, it's not, right? At
No,
all.
it's-
Yeah.
From my understanding, it's
They're
nothing
like a hard rock type of thing.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I always think it's ska also. Well, the word tones and, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Tone
of like,
and Def. And
I think of like 5 dudes wearing black suits skanking with creepers on.
Exactly. Like, you got
Yeah.
if they're not rolling up in
Yeah.
fucking like in Vespas and fucking and fucking parkas with fucking like skinny suits on and fucking fin ties.
Would you say Deftones? Would you picture like 5 or 6 white guys, or would you picture a multi-ethnic group?
White guys.
White guys. Okay. Deftones would be white guys. All right.
Yeah. But like this weekend was super fucking hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And so like Mogwai like went on at like 3:30 in the afternoon,
Oh, wow.
and I
Yeah.
was like, yep, not going to be seeing Mogwai.
Oh.
Because
You didn't go. You didn't even go.
I
at
didn't
that-
at that time.
Wow.
I showed up in time to see the full Pixies set and the full Cure set.
Were they playing specific albums, or was it like Cure playing brand new album? Like,
No,
are
no,
they?
no.
Do they
Cure-
advertise?
Cure, well, okay, like earlier this year, or like around the winter time, the Cure kind of were advertising the fact that they're going to be doing a 20th or 30th anniversary tour for Disintegration,
Wow.
where they would play the entire album with B-sides.
Wow.
And I kind of figured that that's what they were going to do.
Right.
But they didn't. When they performed, they played like a full concert, and they played a bunch of stuff. They played 4 or 5 tracks off of Disintegration, but they also played like a bunch of older stuff
Boys Don't Cry.
They played Boys Don't Cry.
The hits. Love Cats.
No, they didn't play Love
They
Cats.
didn't play that?
No, they
Oh
didn't
my
play
God.
Love Cats. They played like Caterpillar Girl. They played just a lot of fun songs.
Head on the Door.
Yeah, they played some Head on the Door stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Let's Go to Bed and
Sure.
In Between Days and all this other stuff. And that fucker, like, despite like how fat he gets and how much weight he loses in between, like his voice is like, it sounds great.
Cool.
He sounds great.
Awesome.
I was very impressed by how
Cure.
well they performed.
What about the Pixies?
Pixies were great.
Yeah.
They
They sound good.
They just kind of look lethargic.
Oh, okay.
What
What albums did they play? Just the hits.
they played the hits.
Okay.
And yeah, they were good. Like I the first time I saw the Pixies, I thought it was a little bit better because it was when they first reunited at Coachella,
Mhm.
and
Right.
that show was amazing. And this time it was like, okay, cool, but like
So those are the only 2 groups you end up seeing?
that was the only 2 groups
Wow.
I ended up seeing.
Well, hey, that's quite a lot actually.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. That's cool.
Apparently, like Lady Gaga was there, and
Yeah.
and
Okay.
apparently, fucking Gary Baseman was right up at the front.
The whole time.
I don't know, but he posted some pictures of Toby being like right up at the front.
Oh, what's that got to do with it? Oh,
Yeah, you know.
had to bring his own character in.
Of course, that's the fucking Gary Baseman way.
That is the Basement way.
You know,
Promoting even at that concert, somebody else's show, promoting his own stuff.
there's something to learn there, man.
There is, but there's a line that you might be crossing. That one's okay, I think, but maybe not at someone else's art show. It gets kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever done anything like that. But like, fortunately,
I think he has. I think he has, but that's cool.
has he? I haven't seen him. I mean, like, I don't.
That's a while ago, though.
I am just not.
I think the latest Basement is a good version.
Okay.
Latest Gary Basement won't do that, but he will. He's still doing his thing. He's having a good time. What
Yeah,
so it's all good.
He's definitely having a good time.
No way, he's awesome.
So my number 2.
I think he might be underrated in a way. Is he underrated? Would you say?
No, he's fucking huge. I
He's
mean,
huge, but I kind of feel like he's still like underrated, and like I don't know.
You know what? Gary Baseman is one of those artists whom I discovered in college through Communication Arts Magazine.
Oh wow.
You know, and I love what he does.
I think I saw him through the board game, so I'm not like I didn't know it was. I seen his art. I didn't know who he was.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so
he's
like, you know, and he's always really like, friendly whenever I see him.
Oh, he's
so,
he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and he still does like the Post-it note show despite being like, like Gary motherfucking Baseman.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he's rad.
Yeah. So
All power to Gary. He's rad.
I had a friend come in from the East Coast last week, and I took her to some dispensaries.
Wow.
Now, people who know me, I don't smoke pot. I've never been in a dispensary before.
I haven't either, actually.
I have zero interest in that like thing. But so this is a first for me.
Around here?
Yeah. I went to like around downtown Los Angeles and Pasadena.
Uh-huh.
And
so why'd you go to so many different ones?
Because they were looking for like different, stuff, different kinds of products and stuff like that.
Does each dispensary have multiple kinds of product, or is it usually like?
Well, some
it's like coffee shop. It's like, oh, this is the house roast, and here are a few other ones you can try.
Well, some dispensaries like will carry like stuff like products from different companies.
Yeah.
They'll have the exclusives on certain things, and this and that, and she was curious, so I was like, all right, let's go check this out. And those dispensaries are kind of amazing.
I think so too, just by hearing about it. I haven't been, but
they look like fucking Apple stores.
Yep, that's the ones I've seen. They look amazing, like clean and neat, and
with really like well-informed fucking like staff, ready to like tell you about everything, and I was like, I don't know, I was kind of impressed. But then like there was this one that was right by my the one that's kind of maybe the closest one to my apartment, where it was. I'm not sure. Apparently, it's affiliated with Undefeated.
Oh wow!
It's called Undefeated 25 or something like that, and like it was the only one that I saw where people could like smoke in the store.
Oh really?
Which makes me think it's illegal.
Oh.
And because like all the other stores, like, you could not like smoke, you couldn't like lounge around, you couldn't hang out. Like you went in there, you bought your shit, you got out.
Sure.
So
yeah.
But it's not uncommon to hear about like dispensaries fucking getting closed and stuff like that. So,
raided. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was kind of eye opening for me.
Sounds fun. Did your friends smoke out a lot?
Oh yeah.
Did they get really high? Because I think marijuana now is much stronger than like 10 years ago, even or 5 years ago. I think like it's science. It's grown with more science than ever, and it makes you more stoned than ever.
Sure.
Like with less. I think what did I say? It's like the number was like 25 times stronger than it was like in like 1990.
Well, like
it's like that's crazy.
There
was strong pot then.
Yeah, right. No, my body could not handle like pot from freaking 25 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't think
this shit is going to be like much stronger.
Yeah,
well, from what I understand.
My friends seemed perfectly fine.
They're probably suffering.
They're
probably like all paranoid, going, "Dude, don't." Hey, wait, they're looking at me. No. Anyway,
You know,
wow,
like,
awesome.
yeah. It was interesting.
I hear that's a good business to be in if you're in it.
I think I'd be great in it because, you know, I don't smoke at all.
Right.
You know, I think I'd be able to like carefully manage a business like that because I have no interest in the product.
Right.
I have no interest in using the product.
Oh, I don't either.
You know,
I have only interest I'd have is selling it.
yeah,
I guess.
we should open up a Robot and the Bear dispensary.
Okay. How do we do it? I'm down.
I don't know. I think we have to get into a lottery to.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's eat. We have 1 week left.
Week 2. We're in week 2. Yeah.
Week 2. This is the 4th. You have 7 more days to enjoy the show.
Come on in.
Please come in, check it out. You know, and yeah, it's a great show. Every time I come back in here, I'm just like happy to see it.
Me too.
You know, it makes me happy. There's just so much work and so much fun stuff. You know. My number 4 is the Blab Show opening this weekend at Copro Gallery.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Now the Blab Show is a project from a old magazine. I don't think the magazine exists anymore, but it was called Blab.
Wasn't it Fantagraphics published it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Blab. Yeah.
You know, and so I don't think the magazine exists anymore.
I'm not sure.
You know, there's just not a lot of room for that kind of printed publishing anymore. But there's a show, and
Are you in it?
I'm in it.
Awesome.
So I did a little painting called Blank, and basically it's like my bear character kind of like resting on a table with a blank sheet of paper with a pencil sitting across it.
That's so me. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's so me. It is.
That is literally how I felt when I was trying to figure out what the fuck I was going to do for this show.
Oh, that's me often thinking, God, I should work on some writing stuff. And then I'm like, what do I write? Yeah. There's a really beautiful painting. I like that one a lot. It resonated.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And my number 5 is I've been working on, you know, my exclusives for DesignerCon.
Ooh. You have your own table?
I have my own table.
Right. Yeah, booth table.
And knowing that I had a table this year, I have been like working with companies that I work with on getting my own exclusive products that I can sell for mine. Instead of like taking payment for stuff that they were selling of mine, like just take that money and put it into production of like exclusive colorways that, you know, I can sell myself and like make a lot more money.
Awesome.
You know.
And if it does poorly, can I have some?
Of course.
I'll buy some. Okay.
Yes.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, that's
secured.
that's
Secured. Ding. Business secured.
Yes. You know, I mean, like, that's, you know, like that's how you are able to like get like fucking people to walk into your door.
I hope so.
Because, you know, you're friends with all these artists like James Jean and, you know,
Yep.
David Cho and myself who have exclusive kind of products, and, you know, like, oh, well,
you know,
here's
like
some.
Cause and myself.
Yes.
You know, like Cause and
My
myself.
cause. You keep.
I'm just kidding.
You're just trying to fucking like, you know, like chide me into fucking like into losing my shit over it.
No, it's not gonna happen.
No,
it's
you
not
know what?
gonna
I'm.
People still talk about it though. You know, how you lost your shit that one time. People still talk about that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I've heard it more than once.
Like what?
Like, oh my God, I remember that episode. Luke just lost his shit about Cause. I've heard people say that. Sure, it's classic. I'm gonna have to find that and turn it into a clip.
Please do.
Turn it into a clip.
Please do. The title could be Luke Chu loses his shit over Cause. You know?
Awesome. A hot moment.
So, like, you know, what were we talking about before we started recording? That, like, you know, it was like, oh, we save it for the podcast because, like, we didn't really come prepared this time.
I forgot. Was it important?
No, it was just entertaining.
Oh,
like,
have you ever had an art rival? It's a question from Mr. Stavi or Miss Stavi. I don't even know if Stavi's a Mr. or Miss. Sorry, man or woman. I really don't know. Have you ever had an art rival? Cause? No.
No.
Okay.
I've never been on the same level with Cause for him to be a rival.
Okay, Stavi is a Mr., just so you know.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Stavi.
I think Stavi's from Europe, too.
I think the closest thing that I ever had to a rival, or like was Joe Ledbetter. Joe Ledbetter and I used to like back when we were friends. We're not friends anymore, but we kind of like I think I think we could say he would agree that like I started off a little bit ahead of him by like a couple months, and like he in doing the Cannibal Flower art shows, and then he kind of came in, and we both kind of had this like this minimalist narrative kind of aesthetic that where like the compositions were minimal, but the narratives were multi-layered, anthropomorphized character kind of stuff, and like the way we competed was in pricing and popularity, right? And so for a while I was like maybe like a couple $100 ahead of him, here and there. And then like he beat me to the toy game. He had his first toy release, and we watched his prices go just jump up.
The art?
Yeah, his art prices jump up. And then then eventually maybe like a year or so later, I had a toy release, and like my prices caught up, and he and I would just kind of do this back and forth, like like one-upping each other, and then things just kind of got should I even like get into any of that shit? Like I
you already did. You just did.
Yeah, but like no, I mean like I didn't into the why we're no longer friends.
Oh, I don't know. You're just talking about rivalry. So
right.
Did the rivalry cause this whatever you're not friends anymore thing?
I think I had a role in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I'll get into it. And mind you, like I despite the like I said earlier, I do not consider myself friends with Joe Ledbetter anymore, but I do not have any like animosity toward him. Like, I just, I don't see what the point of like, having any kind of anger or whatever. But like, so, I think it's kind of a long story, but like, I don't mind. We might as well get into it, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So, let's hear it.
So, those of you who might have heard older episodes of the show know that I am a recovering drug addict, and around the time when like things were kind of like building up between he and I had relapsed, and I was pretty much a hot fucking mess. Like I was like I had a crazy drug habit, and it just was just a mess, and
sure.
Around that time, like. There's this guy named Ishii who.
I know Ishii from Japan.
Yeah, Japan. Yeah, in the yellow.
Yeah.
He was we were doing the Kaiju for Grown-ups.
The series, yeah.
Yeah, toys.
I remember those.
And like Ishii was inviting artists who he worked with to do a show in Japan, and Joe had already gone out there and done it, and I was. Invited to do it. Now, I have some theories as to Joe's motivations for doing this, being a little bit more so than what he said, than what he explained to me, but basically I get an email one day from Joe, kind of saying like, hey, you're a mess, and I'm going to tell Ishii about, your drug problem, and, because like, I'm want to protect my friend or some shit like that, I think is what he said in his email.
Wow.
And I immediately email him back going, whoa, hold your horses. Let's fucking talk about this.
Right.
And, like, I like, I'm not like, I was admittedly a mess, but at the same time, I'm not the kind of person that would just jump on a fucking international flight, with, a whole bunch of fucking narcotics on
Right.
me.
Right. Right.
Because the last thing I want to do is like fucking, find myself in international jail in a different country.
Sure.
Yeah. And I read that fucking David Cho fucking article, and it does not seem like fun.
You never know, though. It might help your career.
It might. But so like, and then about a couple days later, so I immediately emailed Joe going, "Yo, we gotta talk. Let's talk." And a couple days later, like I get a reply from Joe, and he's like, I told Ishi, and basically he wants to do your show, but he doesn't want you out there. And I'm like, well, fuck both of you.
Right.
I'm
right,
not going to fucking send all my artwork out to fucking Japan and not fucking be at my own opening.
Right.
And so I got really fucking like upset at Joe for basically kind of,
Narking?
Yeah, narking me out and fucking like getting involved in something that in my eyes was not his business.
Yep.
And so I kind of like held on to my anger about that for a long period of time. But like, holding on to, at least for me, holding on to anger is just a real fucking, it's just taxing.
Sure.
And so after a while, I finally like reached out to Joe, and I was like, we should talk. I want to kind of, settle all this fucking bullshit between you and I. By then I had sobered up.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, okay, we should talk, blah, blah, blah. And I'd bump into him at art shows, and I'm like, yo, we should talk, here's my fucking contact information, reach out to me, and we'll fucking make something fucking, and so we could, like, meet up, maybe get some lunch and talk. And he's like, yeah, okay. And then, like, after a solid year of trying to fucking, reconcile with him, he never,
Never happened.
Never reached back out. And I was like, okay, well, you're dead to me.
Right.
And
you're using my technique.
I am.
Yeah.
That's totally your technique.
So he has died.
Unless he acts. I mean, like, the last time I ran into him was at DCon last year, and like, I was on my way to my car. I was outside, and like, as I was walking up these stairs in the parking lot, I like passed by him.
Oh yeah. I remember this. You told me about it.
And he said like, "Hey Luke," and I said, "Hey Joe," and I just kept on walking.
Wow.
And I did see him like kind of pause for a second, because I don't think he expected me to reply to him. But like, when someone says hi, I'm not going to be a dick about it.
Sure.
But like, these things happen.
Did he have is there any defense for him in like any of that?
So
I mean, he's known you better than he's known Ishii. I know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
for example, like why would he do that? Like, what's he really protecting? Like, was he protecting his career to be bigger and you don't have a show there? Or is there something to do with that?
I mean, like, in my heart, I believe that, he
like less of you means more for him. I don't know.
I believe that he was like, I mean, like, if I was going to ask how I really felt, I would say like, I think he was cock blocking me.
Sure.
So, but like, that's because like after a while, his kind of art stuff started plateauing, and mine was still, making little steps upward. And it probably bugged him. It probably bugged him even more because he knew that I was a fuck up. That like I was like all strung out and fucking still.
What did his paintings really look like? I've seen characters, but I haven't seen like. Are there scenes like kind of like what you would do?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like characters doing things and.
He like myself. We work with like sometimes we work narratively and sometimes we do twists on idioms.
Sure.
So like if you probably look on his Instagram and see plenty of his work. But like he kind of I know he got married and has a kid and is
where
like
he lives somewhere in the mid Wilshire. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Something like that.
I have no idea.
I don't know him too well, but I mean, I always respected his talent. So,
of course,
yeah.
But like he and like like I said, like I don't wish ill of him.
Sure.
I just don't really need him around
Right.
in my fucking life anymore.
Gotcha.
You know,
Yeah.
like but
Yeah.
you know, it
But
was so like
That's a big. I guess that's a rivalry, all right.
yeah,
Wow.
that was
It
definitely
manifested into something kind of nasty, I suppose.
yeah.
I don't know if, just only, I'm trying to think what is, since he's not here and I can't talk for him, I mean, I'm just like, what's the legit reason? Like, what's a good reason for him to do that? But
Well, I mean, like in his eye, I mean, like here,
he's really buddies with Ishii. I bet you they don't talk today.
you know, the thing is that
You
like
know?
by like I think the event that happened like that might have inspired that was like, you know, he and I and like Amanda Vassell and Michelle Valguera were invited out to Las Vegas, and you know, I had a weird episode before boarding the plane to Vegas,
Mhm.
and where basically I was kind of like trying to smuggle like you know, my what I would need to fucking like survive like a weekend
Right.
out there, and you know, I got like I got pulled aside by security, and like they searched me, and I got really lucky that they didn't find.
You told
know,
me about this. I forgot what it was though.
Yeah.
They like somehow didn't see something. Or,
Yeah, I had like basically a big lump of fucking heroin like tucked in my sock, and that fell all the way down to my feet, like around my toes, and there was a point where like I had to take my shoes off, and I had like the dope like hidden underneath my toes. So when they patted the top of my feet down, like there was nothing. And then I don't know how it happened, but when they searched the bottom of my feet, that same, ball fucking like
you rotated it to the top.
up to the top of my feet, so they couldn't see anything
Right.
at the bottom of my feet, and then they just let me go.
Wow.
And like this happened like with around these people.
Did they
And-
think that? How did they decide to stop you?
Because I was like, there was like a metal kind of detection thing, and basically what I didn't realize was that you could like just pack, syringes into a bag. I kind of figured that like because of the entire like TSA kind of stuff that you'd have to like hide those somehow and explain them, and so I had them kind of packed on my body.
Oh.
And that
Damn.
they set off the metal detectors. So, but I don't know. That was like fucking like
That's sketchy, man.
that was like more than like fucking, I'd say like 11 years ago or something
Sure.
like that. You know.
Yeah.
So
But still.
Well,
Well, Stavi does write R.I.P. Ledbetter in this comment, but
I mean, like he's still doing stuff. Like
Sure.
he just recently had like this a release, I think, and
oh, good.
I
I don't see his art though. I'm sure he's doing it, but I don't actually ever see it.
actually, I think he's doing more toy stuff
Yeah.
than he's doing art, and like
And does he do illustration? As far as you know, or
it looks like he's doing illustration.
yeah,
work
he must be doing
nowadays,
something. Yeah,
And
'Cause I don't really see paintings or anything. Like I haven't run into anything.
No, I don't see paintings anymore. And the thing is that like and the reason why I even know about like some of the stuff he's doing now is because Thomas Hahn, who is in this show,
Yes.
it's a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Is still friends with him.
Oh,
and
good.
like in the beginning, like when I first met Joe, I also met Thomas, and it was the three of us kind of constantly hanging out with each other.
Right, doing three-way reach arounds. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah,
Just
anyway, yeah.
circle jerking
Sure.
and everything like
Sure.
that.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you were all excited that there was a white guy. You're all
like
awesome.
yeah, it's like
Awesome.
living in San Luis Obispo again.
Anyway, so okay.
Yeah, that's a
In,
great
in case you just tuned in, sorry everybody.
Yeah.
But that was a good question. That was an awesome one about goddamn art rivals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
Do you think every artist out there has a rival of some sort, or do you think not? I mean, there's got to be a bunch that do, but do you think more than not?
I think it all depends. Like there are like like in it depends on the environment, right? Like in school, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you do there.
Yeah, you
But
definitely
I mean,
have.
but after school, I mean, all these artists out there that we know, do they all have rivals? They may, right?
Maybe like
Yeah.
the thing is that like there's constantly like once if you have a popular style, and like,
I know. Like I'm looking right over your shoulder. Aaron Woes had one.
oh,
I think I remember just online. Like it was, I forgot what it was, but it was somebody. There was some kind of an issue or a drama with somebody in another country. Maybe it was a person who was in Taiwan or something.
whoa.
I remember it was like gnarly, like back and forth.
It's not Kakuka, is it?
No, it was gnarly back and forth cussing about something, and it was wild. It was on Instagram, and I was like, oh shit.
Wow.
So he had a rival of some sort.
It's another artist, right? So
I think so, but I just remember that like Aaron was like writing, and he wrote some gnarly, like he was really upset, and it was cussing and shit.
I think rivalries are good things.
Yeah.
I think that like, having a colleague whom, you feel like a certain, especially if they're friends,
Right.
Like,
Right,
like a certain kind of like, creative tension
Oh,
with,
so you're talking about positive rivalries.
right?
I was talking about the dark kind. Yours got kind of dark a little bit.
Oh yeah, no.
It went from being like professional rivalry to like being dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the dark parts because that's just crazy. Because of course, I think like if you're doing art and you know a bunch of friends that do art, I don't know if it's a rivalry, but I mean somebody's getting jealous at some point.
Oh well, I think jealousy is fucking a good thing.
Yeah. So I think like if you're with 3 other friends and all of you do art, one of them starts to do a little better. Yeah, you'll probably, if you're into it, you'll feel a little something.
Oh, yeah, like
you'll be like, God damn, why not me?
Oh shit, fucking.
Of course, right?
Like even like say like my buddy Thomas Hahn, like before he kind of like tapped out for a little while, like he was like super close with Mary Karnowski, the gallery. And like his work was like one of his paintings was sold to Todd Short bought one of his paintings, and like he was hanging out, like he was buddies with Camille Rose Garcia and all these people, like people who felt so distant to me.
Right.
And I mean, like, I'll be the first one to admit, I was jealous, but like at the same time, I always felt that like, he, he deserved it,
Sure.
because he like, of the 3 of us, that were like hanging out, Joe Ledbetter, Thomas Hahn, and myself, I always felt that he had the most talent of the 3 of us, and the most potential, so, and of course I would be jealous of that too, but like not in a way where like I would feel like animus toward him,
Right.
like, but like I would, but I always was just like really like, why can't I think like that? Why can't I think like more out of the box,
Right.
than like, and, I always felt trapped by my own kind of storytelling and, aesthetic. So.
And now you're on top of the hill kicking everybody down. You're just like, I'm up here. Oh, no, what?
Nope.
A little ray of light? Nope. I'm shutting that off. Duct tape, putting out that light. I see a little light down there. I'm putting it out.
Nope. No light
Hiss,
for you.
Hiss. It's like a little candle, and you're just pinching them.
It's pinching flames.
No, man, I'm glad you guys are, like everyone's like still working and doing their best. So
Yeah,
That's cool.
I mean, like to have a fucking career in the arts is just, you just have to be really fucking like lucky.
got to keep going too.
And yeah, exactly.
You might stop right at the wrong time. If you stop, it might have been that next year. You just don't know you're chasing something, but that next year might have been your year where people start, and the planets aligned and tastes start changing toward your work.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and maybe you get better too. Like your actually skill is just developing that a little bit more.
Well, that's the thing. Like, like I think, everyone, like, I mean, like, I think whenever, even when I look at like the new pieces that I've done recently, like it's got my characters, but the technique in which I'm painting has evolved. Like I'm trying to let go of the line and trying to do more like,
They're paintings, man.
And
Yeah, I mean they're not. They don't appear to be illustrations.
Right.
They're paintings.
So
Yeah.
and I couldn't have done that without like being like consistently working on it.
Sure.
So like, if you have the luxury to consistently fucking work, then fucking, take it, do it.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, but unfortunately it's hard. It's hard to fucking find a balance between like paying your bills and building a career.
Right.
you know.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
So-
The building part. It's like, oh,
and I don't even know what it's like for fucking people who don't live in Los Angeles specifically, you know, like New York, San Francisco,
Yeah.
Seattle,
yeah.
you know, fucking Miami, you know, all these fucking cities. It is so every fucking one of these communities has such a different kind of world that, you know, art kind of thing community that they're dealing with, you know, like even like, you know, if you came into LA now, like, you know, how to build it up? I have no fucking idea.
Uphill battle, probably.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
you're going up against a scene that's kind of developed over
Decades.
the last decade or decades, right? And
Yeah.
it's been developing without you.
Since since
you
like
know?
the 80s, I think, you
Yeah.
know, because
Yeah.
like, you know, I remember like, you know, reading like Art Alternative magazine. Do you remember that? It was
I
the
do.
precursor to
Yeah.
Juxtapose magazine,
Sure.
and like it featured so many of these, so many of the LA artists out here, and like, you know,
I know.
now a lot of them are legends, and
Sure.
you know, and some of them are still kind of struggling to, like, you know, hold on to things, and you know, then like the 90s, and this goes into that generational thing that we've discussed before too, like, you know, LA art generations, and
Yeah.
you know, the LA art scene specifically is such a unique kind of, you know, genre
Sure.
of like contemporary art.
How often do you talk to people that were kind of involved in art, like in 1970 in LA? Do you often or ever?
No, not really.
I mean, like let's say 1980. You know?
The one person I ever do kind of talk to about that is Anthony Osgang.
Oh, sure.
You know,
Yeah.
he's been around for a long time, and you know, I was a huge like I remember discovering his work
He's rad.
through alternatives.
He came to the opening, right?
Yeah, he's in the show.
Yeah. No,
You
I know
know?
he was here, but and he also came, right? Was he here at the opening?
I think he was.
I think he was here. I think I saw him, but I think his hair looked different from when I met him, and I wasn't sure, but I think it was him. So
You know, like
Yeah.
he's like he was friends with like artists like, you know, the Piz
Sure.
and Coop and Robert Williams and like all of those like classic.
I hear a lot of that from like Ernie Wolf, who, you know, like has a gallery down the street.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of involved in that. His father was also involved in art in LA for like, you know, lifetime, right? So interesting to hear these kind of stories
Oh yeah.
and the
yeah.
differences.
Well, I mean, you've met Robert Williams. You have some funny stories about him.
Oh, it's because of Ernie Wolf. You know, he set up a dinner, and Robert Williams was one of the guests, and I was a guest. I sat right across from Robert Williams
Wow.
the whole time. So it's interesting, though. Their conversation was a lot about LA art in like 1970, you know, like way back, or 1980.
Like the
70.
La Cienega days, I guess.
Exactly, like that
Yeah.
stuff. And I was like, fuck, I don't even know what that is. You know, like I
Yeah.
have no idea. So there was, you know, and these guys are now what, 70 maybe today. So,
Mhm.
you know, they were the hot shit then a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know about how big, but kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's just interesting.
Like I remember, like
Time is not, you know, time won't be defeated by anyone, right? So
Well, have you been to that gallery that is above? It's like kind of like on a hill in a park. It's like off of Hollywood Boulevard.
I probably no.
Okay, like there. Think Space.
Is that Barnsdale art? That Barnsdale art thing?
I don't know what the
Right.
name was, but
It's like art. It's like a park, right?
it's a park in Hollywood,
Yeah,
off of Hollywood
And
Boulevard.
I know what you're talking about.
Like,
It's
y-
Barnsdale,
Oh, okay.
and I think there's a gallery there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like fucking Robert Williams. A couple of years ago, Robert Williams had a solo show there.
Oh, cool.
You know,
Yeah.
and like, you know, and he was like he was reflecting on it, like being in that space, and like reminiscing that, like, I think Salvador Dali fucking had a show like there, like
Wow.
like way like, you
Yeah.
know, and like maybe in the 80s or something like
Wow.
that, and like knowing that he's, you know, now showing the same space, like where like one of the great modern artists, you know, did a show in Los Angeles or something like that, was, you know, it's just like, you know, like it's a what comes around goes around
Sure.
kind of thing, and
Yeah.
and like I would never know that space housed,
Sure.
you know, paint, you know, art by like someone like Dali or whatever, you know,
Mhm.
and so it's interesting. And then like, you know, I think just recently, a couple weeks ago, I didn't attend it, but like there was a Greg Escalante kind of thing at the LACMA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, and like they had like a bunch of like, artwork from like Robert Williams
Wow.
and like I think even Mark Ryden and like
That's cool. I had no idea. That's rad.
But it was like a 1-day show.
Oh, okay.
So
A pop-up.
a pop up.
Yeah. So the artist Visage.
Yes.
He said that he feels strange in his country. He said he doesn't have a lot of capacity to relate to the elite of art illustration, but people from other countries like his work a lot.
Yeah.
So, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess people, he's just saying that. Then he said Luke Chu is very famous in his country, Mexico.
I would love to show in Mexico.
But a lot of artists collected from him, and he's considered a street artist rather than a painter. But,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right? So
I
you're a
guess-
street artist, man.
I guess because like
Just like Cause. I'm just kidding. Okay, kids. and you have a piece in here. Cause has had a piece in here.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. See, so
Was
just
it
like
for-
just
what-
like just like Robert Williams and Dolly.
Wait, was it?
You're Robert Williams and
Wait,
Cause.
was it for that anniversary show you did a long time ago?
Yeah.
I was in that show too.
Yeah. There you go. The record one.
Yeah.
Yep. I think
Yeah.
your pieces might have been like kind of close to
I
each
was
other.
right by.
You were the first piece
Yeah.
on the wall, were you not?
I was close to it. I was right near the Nara was the first piece in the show, if I remember.
Oh, that was a print though. It was a big print.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a big print. It was rad though. It was a beautiful print, but
Yeah.
it was a big one. It was framed nicely.
Yeah.
And then I think Cause was right after that.
Wow.
So you were right next to Cause. You
I
and
was-
Cause are like rivals.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So there you go.
Shit, that was that was a funny show because like,
Mark Ryden was in that show too.
Yep, I remember his piece being behind your fucking.
It was really tiny one.
yeah.
That's why. And then I think Barry McGee was in this one too. I believe. Yeah.
Well, shit, I still reflect on like seeing the Barry McGee show. I wish I went to the opening for that.
Oh, that was fun. And the next day was good too because he did a talk. He did like a slideshow talk that was really impressive.
Oh, really?
And it was packed for that. But I mean, it was, he told the whole like hour's worth of slide just talks. It was good.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it and kind of like being disappointed though because like I wanted like twist stuff, not like
Oh, it was arty.
Yeah.
It was getting arty.
It was super arty.
Yeah.
you
That's
know.
where he was going, man. So
No, I mean, like
That's where he went.
when I reflect on it now, I think it's cool. But
Yeah.
like at the time, I wanted like fucking like I wanted to see bottles and.
but there was
fucking-
bottles. You didn't see them? There were bottles in the glass cases.
Oh.
So those glass cases, we gutted them because they had product in it. We took all the product out in every glass case, which was 4 of them really. You could look into it and see there was all twist art. Like he made like a mini installation in each glass case. So you
Really?
could yeah. So it was bottles. Yeah, there was like sketchbooks and
Fuck! I missed all that
yeah,
shit.
yeah. It was actually like on that side, and
Were you selling the
it was all for
the
sale.
squares?
It was all for sale.
Did you sell a bunch of them?
Yeah.
You sell all of it?
No, not all of it. Some of it was the geometrics and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. He was my introduction to the modern the 20th century geometric kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because that geometric kind of thing just kind of eventually blew up. Like
Yeah.
Tim Biscup was doing it and
Really?
fucking.
Oh, I don't even know. But yeah,
You
awesome.
didn't know?
The doing just geometrics like that?
Well, not on
Because that was just like some of his Barry's pieces are just geometrics, right? It's
right, right.
Like, it seems like they go with other stuff, but technically, I mean, they're supposed to be able to stand on their own. But it doesn't feel like his Barry
it wasn't
McGee piece.
quite like it wasn't quite as geometric as abstract. Tim Biscup's geometrics isn't as abstract as Barry McGee's stuff.
Yeah,
But he was doing like this kind of pseudo cubist, this cubistish kind of like thing, using a lot of triangles and stuff like that. And then like a whole bunch of other artists were doing it. And
Wow.
and I even did one, but it was a painting I did called Some Trends Make Me Want to Puke. And it had my rabbit like projectile vomiting all these triangles.
Oh, cool.
You know?
Your takes are always interesting. It's like the last one. Like you know what I mean? It's the last thing that should be said about it is yours.
Like, yeah.
Well, like it shouldn't go any further than that. Like no one should go, okay. it's done. Luke just ended it, type of a thing. I think that's kind of what
I'm
you're
pulling a
arcing to.
David Bowie.
Yeah.
Like, you remember, like, like David Bowie kind of, like, killed new wave. He killed the industrial music kind of thing. Like, remember when Nine Inch Nails and all that
Yeah.
stuff was, like, coming up big? And then he did, like, David Bowie did, like, I'm Afraid of Americans and, like, all these other fucking songs in the 90s and just kind of crushed it. Like, destroyed it.
So there you go.
There it is. I'm pulling that
Distillation.
painting pulled a
Yeah.
Bowie.
Yeah.
I actually I love Visage's work. I think I'm so happy to have one of his pieces in my show, an original, and I think his urban aesthetic has a real street pop kind of aesthetic,
Yeah.
about what he does, and I if you guys, none of you guys have heard of him, you should check it out.
Yeah.
It's
VII.
Zaage.
Yes.
Yeah, and
I don't even know if we're saying it right.
I'm not Visa.
Visag.
The Visage or Visaga?
Visagi.
Yeah,
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, help us out, Visage.
Visage.
Visage. Visage.
Monteraza. So I think the last name we're close, but Visage.
Visage.
It sounds like it's French.
Yeah. Like,
Visage.
the Visage.
Yeah. I went to the Visage and got a tug job. I went to the Visage parlor, bro.
Just busting Visages.
If we don't make fun of your name, we don't love you, so we love you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. We make fun of you means we love you.
Exactly.
So,
Fucking.
yeah.
That's
But he's probably like all badass and he's wanting to fight me already. Like you say that to about the wrong person, like maybe a graffiti guy. I will die. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna come here and kill me.
Yep.
So Oh, he's laughing out loud. I'm like, I don't even know this dude, and I'm making fun of him. What if he's like all hardened, like fucking gangster?
It could be, yeah.
Like like fucking one of those like drug smuggling kind of badass guys that don't care. They'll just kill you. Like one of those guys that live in Juarez, those Juarez gangsters.
Oh yeah, like norteños. And
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I hope he's not one of those guys who's like the guy who draws really well though.
Yep.
But he's
Yep. Or maybe he's got like some crazy fucking
dude, he'll come kill me tonight.
Like fucking, what was it? That like I think they get like, I was thinking of the Mexican gang stuff, and like I know like, fuck, I can't think.
La M.
La M.
I don't know. I only know it from watching movies.
Yeah. Or do you ever watch fucking oh god, what's that fucking show called? It was on MSNBC. It's like the prison one.
Oh, I've probably seen it.
Yeah, they had a lot of them.
I've seen a lot of them on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of like Mexican
my
prison.
favorite on YouTube is fucking To Catch a Predator.
Oh, I've seen those.
They're so good. I remember like flying to fucking from New York to Los Angeles, and like on the return flight, it was like they had TV on the TV on the flight, and I just like watched a 5-hour marathon of To Catch a Predator.
Wow.
And
Scary.
it was so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like these fucking assholes fucking like, I'm glad they got caught, but like, man, so much creepiness going on out there. Like I don't even understand it. Like, come on. You don't, do you really need to bone a 14-year-old?
I know. Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. People the male mind is a weird mind.
Yeah. It's just if you're into girls, it's just searching for vag the entire time.
Searching for vag the entire time is one thing, but searching for like
14-year-old
fucking teenage vag is a totally different thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about 19-year-olds. I'm talking like under 18 type.
It's scary.
Like, and
then the dudes are always freaky. I'm like, oh no. Like there's it's not like he I suppose would be like a a gangly, real skinny guy that looks like he's like 14 anyway.
Or like a really sweaty kind of all chunky guy.
Dude, they're all like video gamer kind of looking dudes. They're sad. Like maybe ones that'll stab their teddy bears at night and shit.
They're like that. They'll have like dudes that like.
I've seen a lot of scary dudes on those things where I'm like,
yeah. They kind of like live up to the like what you'd expect.
Sure.
Like
they're super nerdy half the time.
Like there's one that always the one that always sticks in my mind when I think of To Catch a Predator was this like one like I think he was like a Indian guy, not like Native American, like Indian guy,
From India.
and he like took all his clothes off and walked inside the house.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was a pretty famous one.
Oh my god!
And like yeah, you gotta look at it. It's on YouTube. I think
There was one. I just saw it recently that a guy. It said something about they didn't air one episode because they felt really bad or something. And one episode didn't air. I just saw it on YouTube and I didn't quite watch the whole thing, but it popped up on my feed yesterday. And I guess it was one episode that they never aired, but here's the footage. We're airing it.
Oh, I gotta find
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And I
it.
think there was one that didn't air or something. So
The one that like always creeped me out was the one where it's like this guy walks in holding the hand of his like baby son. Like his like toddler son. Like the son was like 3 years old or something like that. And like as soon as he walked in, fucking what's his name, Chris, whatever, the host, like immediately like jumped in and was like, get the fuck out of here. Wow. And then like as soon as he walked away, like the cops kind of approached him, took the son away, and stuff. And I was
what was his
like,
name? Chris Hansen?
Chris Hansen, yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good show. I kind of want to binge it tonight while I'm fucking working.
Yeah. So which city is Visage in? Visage. Is it Mexico City? Is my guess. There's like an art scene there. I always hear
there's
about.
definitely an art scene out there.
Yeah, but not like Tijuana. I don't know. They have a zine fest in Tijuana. I know that.
Really?
Yeah, they do. But then I don't know what art. Yeah, I feel like it's just Mexico City would be the only place.
Mexico City is definitely a city I would love to visit. Like
I hear the art stuff is amazing. Like I've met people who've come here from Mexico City to look at art here, and they tell me like that they have a scene there that's pretty nice, but I don't know what that really is like. But and there's a woman named Inez Estrada who is in art shows here.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Mexico City and does zines and said that it's really cool. Like there is a scene for that.
Visage, you should do a zine.
Yeah,
you should.
Yeah, man.
And get into Giant Robot, and then get into the zine fests.
Yeah, or whatever.
But I'll tell you from my own personal experience, it's hard.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
So you have a zine coming out.
Well, yeah.
What's it called?
Forgot. I don't remember the name.
What's your photography?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What's?
I forgot what it's called. Sorry, I really did.
I think
that's age coming right there. But no, it's like it's still more personal, but there's writing in it, and the writing is kind of describing why I like the photos I took and what they mean a little bit, and then I think the idea is hopefully then it becomes a little more relatable, because otherwise it's just a bunch of photos. Like I'm not into the whole thing. Is there's a rad scene of indie photography out there.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I don't know if it sells. I'm going to guess no. Like you can't make a living off of that so easily unless you shoot weddings or something.
Right.
And maybe unless you're Ed Templeton, maybe, like there's a lot of like crossover. But just photography seems like a hard thing to do.
Have you thought about like doing a blog of your photography and incorporating your writing, and that way you'll like have like the descriptions kind of fresh in your head when you do it, and then like you can just compile it all together and boom.
Yeah, that'd be better. Maybe I should. But do people look at blogs anymore?
It's not about doing it for other people. It's about doing it for yourself.
I think maybe Instagram would be just as good, but I can't really type. Like Instagram's hard to type more. It's just not a lot of.
Well, you can put a lot of text into them.
Just they have to copy and paste it from a desktop, and it gets sent to your phone, type of thing.
Or you just could do it from your phone.
Right. Just type it in though.
Just type it into. Yeah. Just type it into like. What took me a long time to find was the return button on Instagram.
I know where it is.
I know it is now too. But for the longest time, I honestly thought that people were typing these things out like in like a text editor, and then copy and pasting it in there because you see all the weird spacing. Yeah. But then I realized if you press the.
I think a lot are though, because it's just writing is. They probably wrote it earlier.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. But so I would do that. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I wanted to make something new. It's and I'm just using the some of the photos I shot in I guess late 2016 and 2017. So it's just that period. But I'm just trying to see how it goes and making a zine.
So you were saying that it's being printed at Staples?
Yeah, simple. If you're into it, so if you're into making a zine, printing at Staples is really easy. But make sure you do it online. Make sure you get an account. So I got an account because your pricing for online with an account is cheaper than without an account. So you already get a discount there. And then if you walk it in like old school style and go, here's my pages, shit's expensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You'll get ripped off right there.
So,
So
okay.
it's cheaper to do it all online ahead of time, send it all in, and then have them print it for you.
You're not using InDesign or anything like that?
I don't know how, man. I mean, I know I can, but because I used to use Quark. I'm
Right.
using Illustrator. I just do one page at a time in Illustrator.
And so you will...
I make a template in Illustrator, and I just start using that. But it's not the best for text. You know, like Illustrator is not good for a lot of text.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
So if I have a lot of text, I'll probably will try to use InDesign.
Do you outline your text before you
No.
print?
No. I make them into PDFs though, so I don't have to.
Okay, so you export as a PDF,
Yeah.
and then like it'll like
And
encode-
I'm embedding all the images and shit. So I shouldn't. You know, if you open it in something else, the font should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you would create like a file for each spread.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like,
And then I
so you'd have one that says cover and like
yeah,
you know,
and then
it'll
page
have
one. Yeah, and it's paginated correctly, like how it needs to be for a zine.
right.
It's like, you know, like it's not in order. It won't work. You have to go in order of the pages. So basically you have to do it as you're laying it out.
Actually, no. That
Like if you make a zine, unstaple it and you'll go, oh shit, why is page 1 with the last page, on the same paper? You know what I'm saying?
right.
You have to like make sure you know what you're doing like that. And I think InDesign has a way to do that instantly for you, but
Sure.
I don't know how to use it exactly. So I'm just doing it. I'm doing it the harder way, but it's fun. Yeah,
Interesting.
but yeah, I'm just trying to make a zine. That's all. No, it's not a big deal.
How
I almost feel
many-
bad talking about it.
No, dude. No, dude
I know,
yeah.
but it's not a big thing.
I haven't like seen it all because I like you showed me like the example from
Yeah.
Staples, and I was like, oh, the printing is so much better. It's
Oh
hard
yeah,
looking at
yeah.
these.
If you print it on your inkjet printer, the quality is going to be much lower than printing it at Staples. Staples actually has good printing. Like
Right.
it looks pretty good, and that's just a photocopy. It's
It-
toner, man. It's
No,
not.
it's not toner. It looks like it's
It's a-
color style toner.
I don't
not,
know.
Not,
Yeah, I know what you're saying, right?
You know,
But
as a,
it isn't. That's just a copy. That's a black ass white copy machine, man.
I
It's
don't
just what it's just the quality you get now. Color is a whole different thing. Like they've printed my black and white on color, and it looks even more different.
oh really?
Yeah. Like by mistake, they did it once, and I was like, oh, okay, but that looks different than just the
So it's
black
like a
and white.
4-color black and white versus a
I don't
one
know-
color black
I
and
don't know
white.
if it's 4 colors, but 4 color like CMYK. I'm not sure if it
Yeah.
is CMYK on a photocopier.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Well, it's,
I feel like it might be more colors, but I'm not sure.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
when you showed me like your previous photo zine, the punk rock
Yeah,
one,
those are just Staples $1 or something to make.
I
those.
do agree that like I don't remember the
Has better-
punk rock one having because like
It has better tonal range and everything.
well, it also like I mean you're showing me your current one. It's got a lot of like copy inserted into it, and
Yeah.
like where you're kind of just talking about like the context of the
Yeah,
photo.
sure.
Like does the show
Punk rock one.
have
Yeah,
that?
it does. The first one does, and the second one doesn't because I
Oh.
was too lazy.
Because I think like having that like description definitely helps. Like
telling a story, man. You
well,
know?
I mean, like whenever I fucking like even look at like fucking magazines, like I'm constantly looking at the photos and I'm constantly reading the caption underneath
Sure,
it.
that's the
you
best
know?
part.
And it's like okay,
That's like the dessert, man.
I get
Yeah.
the gist of the
Sure.
fucking the article now. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like no, the captions are important.
yeah.
Yeah, always loved writing captions. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I remember Giant Robot like being kind of funny with
Oh,
the
we
captions.
were fucked up with the captions, having a good old time. Captions were always fucking around. Yeah, like we're always making fun of something in the captions.
yeah.
Yeah, the titles too. Like if we were, could think of something really funny or witty, oh man, we just made fun of so many things.
Mm.
Like there was an article about ping pong. Like there was ping pong. Like you saw Forrest Gump, right? The
Yeah.
movie, and he's like a ping pong player in that movie, and he goes and plays in China, and
Yeah.
that's based on a real historical event, right? There was a ping pong team in America that went to China, and they called that ping pong diplomacy. I think Richard Nixon used these ping pong team as like somehow to like, show that, America and China can be friends type of thing.
Right.
Richard Nixon used that as like a thing,
Mm.
And it was called ping pong diplomacy. So the article was about ping pong, and I think it had something to do with the Chinese. I forgot. I didn't write the article. Someone else did, and the article title was I called ping pong diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the history. We called it intense paddle action. We didn't know, right? And we called it intense paddle action. Just like we were like, fuck it, we're gonna call it this, and we just did that. And then later did I realize, oh shit, like ping pong diplomacy meant something bigger than what I thought. I just thought that was the title. I was like, that's the lame title, ping pong diplomacy. I'm not gonna fucking listen. We're not doing that. Yeah, so we called it intense paddle action. That was better. So
well, that kind of has its own
know,
like
but
weird
it's like-
innuendo-y kind of thing.
Yeah, I
going on.
know. We're fucking around, but that's what I'm saying. It was all fucking around.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But that was just, didn't know.
Do we have any listeners on the show?
Yeah, there's 10, at least 10 people
Whoa.
listening or watching us. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Well, people are listening a little bit. Sometimes it goes to 11. There's somebody just fucking with us, going in and going out.
That's actually the thing that happens with me all the time whenever I try and like do like an Instagram live kind of thing. Like I'll get like, it'll constantly like fucking say like you got like 8 or 12 viewers, but like then like when I'm done, they'll say you had 98 people come through. And
Yeah,
it's just
because
like,
people like logging in and out and stuff.
yeah.
So one time I don't know how do you control that, but I think it was maybe it was Instagram. Or Instagram, or was it Facebook? We did a live. Maybe it was with Tarada. We did a Facebook live with Tarada
Right.
while he was drawing live.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, like, you do it and you get like 30, 40, or 50 people watching.
Right.
One time it was like the number went up to like 1,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I didn't know why. Like somebody shared it maybe, and like 1,000 people are watching, and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
never had that happen again.
Oh.
It was just like one day, and I was like thinking, God, is it always like for Tarada? Could it be always that good? And it's like, no.
Nope.
It was that one day. Somebody shared it that was big, I guess, and maybe it went viral for a second.
Wow.
Relatively viral. Yeah, and it was like 1,000. I was like, God damn
Like
it.
altogether or like
No, like while I was watching it, I'm looking at those numbers,
Numbers.
going, "Oh shit!" There's like 900 and something watching. Yeah, it was just weird. I was like, "Shit," and it was, it's like, "Oh man, how do I make that happen every time?"
Well,
But,
how do you even promote like someone else's fucking live stream?
yeah, I don't know, but it was all of a sudden I was like, "Oh shit!" Yeah. Unless that was
Interesting.
just a pure fucking Facebook honey dick, like yeah,
honey dick.
yeah. Like they're just like, yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a fake number. They just added an extra 0 at the end or something, and you're like, oh,
Nice.
yeah. Thanks. Oh, I love Facebook. And it's like, okay, we got it. We got them.
Well, what's interesting is like now you can like post stories directly from Instagram onto Facebook.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's been there a little while. Yeah.
look at how behind I am on the
Yeah.
social media.
Speaking of which, we just got a giant robot on Instagram got verified.
Congratulations.
Hurrah!
Did you?
Yes.
I did not notice.
Somebody, you know what? I didn't know either until somebody said congratulations on getting verified, and I was like, what does that mean?
Did it feel? It must have felt good.
No, I didn't. I feel exactly the same as I did the day before I got verified. I don't care. I'm like, all right. I think because you mentioned it, and then I actually was like, okay, and I filled it out like that day. Because you
Oh.
mentioned you're verified, right?
Yeah, I'm verified.
So I was like,
There it is.
Yes, I was thinking I better do it too. So I just filled it out real fast, and then now I'm verified. So there.
Someone
I
on
feel-
Instagram loves us.
I feel exactly the same as I did the day before of getting verified. I don't feel any better. Am I supposed to feel good?
I felt good.
I don't feel.
I mean, like
I don't
it
feel
wasn't
anything.
like a long. It wasn't like a long-term good feeling.
I didn't
but
even feel anything. Like I'm not. I don't feel any. I'm not more excited.
I literally put my arms in the air. I was like,
Really?
yes.
I didn't even do that. I didn't even celebrate with a sip of water or anything. I just kind of was like, oh, okay.
So hard to impress Eric Nakamura.
I don't know what that's gonna do for me.
It's just like
How's
me.
that gonna help me?
It's just basically saying that like
I'm a giant robot because I already knew that. You're Luke Chu. I already knew that.
yeah, but you're not just fucking giant robot. You're a giant robot. Cha-ching.
Okay. All right. I'll take it. I think I'm verified on Twitter also.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are
yeah.
too, right?
No, that helps.
Yeah.
Like it's like I was telling Kano that evening, and because Kano was the one who pointed it out.
Oh.
And I was like, oh yeah, well I've been gone through the verification process on on Twitter, and I did it on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook too?
Yeah,
Oh, I could do that?
yeah,
I don't even know.
yeah, on the pages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even I don't know.
I don't
Maybe we
thi-
did. Maybe we didn't.
You know, and
I forgot.
yeah, you can't do it on the personal, but you could do it on the pages.
Okay.
And so, and you know, by after doing that, I like, you know, they kind of like, you know, I sent my thing out to Instagram, and a couple weeks later, 3 or 4 weeks later, it was like, ching, and I got
Oh.
it, and I was just like, you know, fuck yeah, because there. Because there's so many other artists that, like, you know, I know who have been verified. Like, I think Gary Baseman's verified, Mark Ryden's been verified, Buff Monster's been verified.
Cause.
Of course, Cause has been verified. I don't even, you know, and I was just like,
I'm sure
you know,
a lot of artists are.
you know, and I wanted to, like, you know, I look at them from down here in my humble hill, and I'm just like, I want to be with you guys. Verification,
Awesome.
please.
Awesome.
You know, I mean, like, yeah. No, has it done anything for me? Has it done anything to make me feel like,
Does-
oh,
Has
wow?
it sold more art? Maybe. I don't know.
I can't tell.
Okay.
I can't tell. Maybe like my career was about to turn south really quick, and then suddenly the verifications.
Right. Or maybe the
Pull me
verification is just keeping you afloat. Verification keeping you afloat.
Keep me afloat.
Yeah. Speaking of afloat, man, did you hear about that boat that exploded?
Holy shit.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Holy
so
shit.
I was actually, this is one of the things this was something I was thinking about talking to you about, because
Santa
like,
Cruz Island?
yeah, well, I was listening to the latest report on the Santa Cruz Island
The boat explosion, yeah.
and they have found 33 bodies, I think,
Oh, that's the latest report. Last
Yeah.
time I heard was 25.
and then
And nine were missing. Yeah.
and now only one is missing.
Oh, wow.
And and my theory is there's only one way you could have like locked everyone in and killed them. And it's
shit.
like, you know, it must have been a fucking like, it must have been an arson kind of thing.
Could be. So I read an interview with the boat owner.
Oh.
You know, the boat owner. I read that today, actually. It was written. And of course, he says, "Hey, I want to know all the answers as well." And he goes, "This boat's been riding since 1980 without a problem."
Right.
And he said, "No, the crew's well trained, but the crew could not get to any fire extinguishers. It was all on fire." He said that all the oxygen tanks and shit shouldn't be that explosive, and that was on a different side of the boat that like burned last.
Right.
So he said that it wasn't like oxygen tanks exploding and shit. He said it wasn't that.
Right.
And then he said that they have no idea why. And he said that there's no locks on the doors. And he said the
Right.
doors are open. Like
Yeah.
there's no doors. He said it's a doorway in and out.
Yeah.
There's two ways. He said there's a way in and out that has no lock, you know, and no door or whatever. He said there's no door. You can just go in and out.
Right.
And the emergency exit, same thing. He said that there's no lock. Like you
Right.
cannot lock a door there.
Right.
So he said that it was wide open because there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, the doors are locked," and then this guy's saying there are no fucking locks.
Right.
Like so there's nothing. So like that wasn't it. Like nobody locked them in, you know.
Right.
I mean, although someone could have blocked them in,
Right.
but I mean, he said there's no door locks and there's no answers. He has no idea. And he said one crew member did die, like inside. Like there was one crew member underneath.
Oh.
That everyone thinks, oh, maybe it's the crew who did it, and it's like, no, there's one crew member who also
no,
died.
I don't think it's the
Yeah,
crew.
one crew member was underneath.
I
and
think
was
it
dead.
was one of the passengers and wanted to kill everyone.
That's entirely possible.
So
Like somebody had some kind of bomb or some shit.
or they
something.
found treasure.
What? What?
They're divers, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna go diving for?
Treasure? I don't know. I guess you're right. I don't know.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm making light of this tragedy. It is terrible that it happened, but like, if you don't fucking consider all the
Yeah.
possibilities,
I guess Ernie Wolf, the gallerist we were talking before, goes diving a lot, and I think he's been on this boat and knows these people.
Oh.
So he has like a very, he knows them. So he was, I think, pretty bummed out because these are all people that have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing, and he's been on that boat, like diving, because he dives. So and he's dived in Santa Cruz Island. So I actually asked him. I was like, do you know these guys? And he was like, yeah, I've been on that boat, and he said he's got a relationship with those guys, and
Yeah, I was
'Cause he
listening
dives,
to
yeah.
NPR, and they had another guy who dives a lot. And,
Oh, shit.
You know, and,
Oh, is that it?
and they were talking specifically about the captain of that boat.
right.
You know, who did survive, but like, you
Mhm.
know, because he was like above the deck.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
yeah, but
And I guess one of the guys they called 911 or something, maybe made 2 phone calls, and the first one was a phone call, and the second one I think it ends with he's saying I can't breathe, and at that point the guy had to jump off, like it was fire and shit. So he had to jump off, but he actually made 2 calls from the actual ship
Right.
before he just had to go.
You mean the captain?
Yeah, he had to jump off. Like, whoever it was on the highest part. He used the telephone on the ship and then jumped off. So, anyways, it's
that's-
pretty gnarly, like a thing to happen. I mean, jeez, they just,
That is, I don't know.
and a lot of it's families and stuff. Because I was reading, like, there's like kids, like young people.
Yeah, they had like
Very young
a
people.
17-year-old on the boat.
I
you
think there
know.
was something to do with a school. Like some people from a school was on there, and families were on there, and shit like that. So I don't know who has the treasure, but I don't,
It's the one who's missing.
oh, you think he's alive?
Of course.
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that. I thought he died. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying homie got he put on his scuba gear, blew that thing up, and said, I'm peace outing. Bye bye.
He and a bunch of other people went diving earlier. They found.
Oh, you mean they went diving already? Did they go diving already, or did they?
I'm assuming they did.
I had no idea.
You know, cause when did the fire happen on Monday? Sunday
Something like
night
that.
or
Yeah,
Sunday?
maybe Sunday night or something.
Yeah, so they went on
was at 3
Saturday
a.m. or
and
something.
they went diving on Sunday during the day. You know, some
Fuck.
treasure was found. You know, and like they were all upstairs. They're trying to talk about it and like, oh, we'll just sleep on it.
Oh my god. Could be. I don't know.
You know, I mean, like you know,
really, one's missing though. That's an odd thing to.
One
you
of
know.
them's missing.
Mm.
You know, like they went down there fucking because the boat sank.
Right.
You know, they went down there to recover. You know,
But sharks could have came and ate them.
no.
There's sharks in the water.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's warm up. It's cold up there compared to L.A.
All right. I don't know, man. You know, there's like fucking crabs going ape shit right now. Crabs just like eating all the meat and shit.
No, but like you know, you don't need all the meat. You just need enough for the DNA.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I feel like I feel bad for fucking like pulling these weird conspiracy theories. But when I heard that one body was missing
Yeah.
after like an entire day spent doing
Right, maybe 2 days of searching. Right?
searching,
Yeah.
you know, like it sounds fishy to me. You know,
Excuse the pun, right?
please.
Oh my
and
god.
and it just made me think that must be the person who killed them.
Could
you know?
be.
Like
They're gonna figure that out soon, right? They'll do DNA tests and go, "Oh, this one guy's missing."
right, but the thing is
Yeah.
that like they can like, but they can't say for sure that they're alive because you know there's so many possibilities of what could have happened.
Yeah.
So
And
you
he-
know,
yeah. Wow.
well, that's a bummer.
Wow.
I'm glad I don't go diving.
Yeah, but I don't want to go on a boat anymore. You know, like,
Well, I don't think you can go on boats. Like when I think of boats, and I think of like you know because you know of your experiences with like like claustrophobic kind of
oh,
situation.
I don't want to go on that boat. Fuck no.
No, like
No.
boats are fucking like.
I need to go on like a cruise liner ship. Oh, maybe that's okay.
Oh,
You know?
did you see the Hassan Minaj? Not Minaj. Is it Hassan Minaj?
Nicki Minaj.
Hassan, the guy from Daily Show who does the Netflix fucking
No.
like you know thing. He did one on cruise ships that was kind of.
I don't like cruise ships at all. You know,
No.
but yeah, I don't want to go on one of those anyway.
No, the cruise ships are weird.
Yeah.
Last time I did like a kind of a cruise was on in China. We did the Yellow River kind of thing.
Oh, you went on that.
Yeah, it was with my dad and my mom and my sister.
Did you go to like Chongqing, the city?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
When you got off, was there a marching band?
No,
Okay.
no.
I've
No.
seen a video of like, you know, like they have a marching band when you get off and they play Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Oh,
music.
no.
I
like,
saw a video of that. I was like, what
We
the
we got
fuck?
taken to this
It's
park
like surreal.
because Chongqing or Chongqing, depending on like you know how you
Uh-huh.
want to pronounce it, it was a former capital, and like you know we got taken to this park. We were just kind of like you know we were bused to a park from you know the port, and like we just watched like you know Chinese people ballroom dancing
Oh.
one part of a park, and then other fucking people doing like sword tai chi and
Wow.
and shit like that. And I was like, wow, Chinese people really like to use their public spaces.
Yeah.
You know,
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
They need to do that. Yeah.
so you know, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I also kind of feel like you know it's like a real touristy, heavy kind of like thing.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I don't know.
So Jacob Scott, a listener asks, when will the decon hype start? Halloween candy is already in stores. Need toys to go with my sugar rush. That's what Jacob Scott is saying. I don't know if he's saying it like that though, but yeah.
No, I want to imagine that he's saying it because that's the way
Yeah.
I would say it.
Yeah.
I honestly believe the heavy promotions will start it toward the latter half of October.
Yeah.
You know,
But he says toys, like that's in there. Is it only toys? Is that what it's still? Decon is still toy heavy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It still is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you know, it was an event created because like before Designer Con became Designer Con, it used to be another show called Vinyl Toy Network.
Yep.
And
I think I went to one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It used to be small.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Where was it at though?
it was in Pasadena Convention Center.
But it was just the smallest room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like 5 booths,
Yeah.
you know, and then like, I think that was like one of the first ones, and then like it kind of like got bigger, and it took up like one of like I don't even remember which.
I think it just took up the small one.
Yeah, it took up
I think it just took
a
up the
small
small, yeah.
floor, and then like it just started growing and growing
Yeah.
and growing.
And then it got big and took the whole thing, and then it took the whole thing and more.
And the whole thing, and another room.
Yeah.
Yeah, the room
Yeah.
that the
Room
enamel
C.
pin.
Room C.
Yeah,
I think they call that. Yeah.
and now it's at the LA, at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Yep.
Which sucks because it means I'm gonna have to be driving back and forth.
That sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like it. But I mean, I like the convention center, but I don't know. Just driving there sucks.
Well, the thing is, like last year, I thought to myself, better be safe than sorry, and I got a hotel like about a mile away from the convention
Right.
center, and when I found out that like it cost $16 to park at the convention center, and then it cost $16 to park at the hotel.
You better sell that shit. Damn it. Yeah.
And like the thing is the like I was like, fuck. Well, I guess I have to fucking take an Uber.
Yeah, or
You
bird scooter.
they don't have those back then.
Oh shit. Well, they will now.
I mean,
Maybe.
like actually, I
don't know
mean,
if
they
I don't know
ha-
if they do.
well,
They must have them out there.
they wouldn't. I don't think they have them in Anaheim.
Yeah.
I think they would. I think like it was a fucking Thomas was talking to me about like the entire scooter hustle that like. I don't know enough. I can't remember any of the details, but like, basically, like people like who go and pick up all these scooters and charge them up and
Sure.
stuff like that, and then take them back onto the street. Like they have a time limit. Like the scooters need to be out at
Yeah.
a particular time.
Yeah, like 7 a.m. or something.
Right.
Yeah. There's a kid in this neighborhood that does it.
Oh really?
Yeah. He hustles. He's making money.
I mean, it's good. Like as long as you live in a neighborhood where the scooters are,
Sure.
it's good for you.
Yeah.
But like and if you've got like the fucking build to fucking like lug scooters all
Yeah,
over the
or a
place.
pickup truck. I think he has a van or something. He just grabs as many as he can to charge. Yeah.
But the thing is that like it's like there's none of that shit in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well,
you're on the east side. Far east side.
far east side.
Nobody wants the scooter. So what about Decon now? You have lots of parking issues, and what hype what hype are you going to be starting? What are you making? What are you getting? These are what these guys want to know. These the people who are watching now, 7 of them or whatever.
Oh,
they're all,
we lost
they're all,
5.
They're all, I want toys. What does Luke have? They're all toy. A lot of them are toy
So
people.
one of the things that I was thinking about doing was I was on top of like I'm having some exclusive variants of some stuff that I made this year available for Decon. I am also debating about or thinking of taking some of my old toys, like the black and white.
Oh, yeah.
And pulling it and some targets and my bitch toy and pulling up a certain number of APs and bringing them there
And selling them?
and selling them.
Oh,
And then I'm also thinking
Do
having like older prints APs that I've
Damn.
done and selling them there.
Can I invest in your booth? Sounds like a good plan right there.
Booth's already paid for. So, and then I'm also going to be doing some T-shirts,
Awesome.
so yeah, just like time to kind of like shave off some of the crap that I've stored up over time.
What
Some
about
Bat Bears. Oh, and I'm also going to have whatchamacallits, the Boba busts, the classic Kenner version that we did that is kind of painted to look like the Kenner action figure,
Awesome.
Boba Fett action figure. I've had I think about like 8 being shipped to me to sell
Awesome.
out there, and then I might even have like a Hello Lukey kind of variant too.
What about that little Luke Bear thing?
The Ghost Bear?
Yeah,
I'm having.
Ghost Bear.
Yep. I was just looking at my personal colorway yesterday, and so yeah, there's
Awesome.
a lot of
Dude,
stuff.
there's going to be a lot of stuff at your booth. Sounds
Yeah,
awesome. You think the preview night people are going to be running to your booth?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think they're going to be going to. I think they're going to be going to like Metacom and Sofubi producers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I remember last year was kind of slow.
Yeah.
I didn't do well, but I watched everyone run right by.
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, where are they going? Come here!" You know, and they didn't. They didn't give a fuck. So, yeah.
But you know, the thing is that like
I guess that helps. But I don't know if those same people even come back the next day.
you have a lot of impulse buy stuff.
Yeah, I just got to do that.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I got
because you do a lot of pins.
Yeah, because
Actually,
I don't really make toys. Like I don't, I'm not making Sofubi or whatever. So I'm not doing all that stuff. So
just pull out those cause books and
cause books. I don't. Oh, do I have some left? I might have one or two. The
Mm.
old books, and then I do have a glow in the dark. 5 years later, sitting around. I could sell that.
Yeah.
If you think anyone would buy that for whatever I don't know what it's worth, $3,000. No one's gonna buy that.
If you take it down to 2,000, you might be
I'm
able
not
to sell
selling it for no two. Hell no.
or 2,500.
Maybe.
You know.
Maybe. Fuck. Come on.
You know what? When is that?
I mean, do
shit?
people even? I guess there's a few that'll walk around with that much money just ready to go.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
credit cards. You
Yeah,
know?
but credit cards. But
There's
I
got to
mean,
be a bunch of Amex blacks fucking
think?
walking around in that show. You know, like I'm not really good at celebrity spotting.
oh, there are celebrities there buying
I'm sure
shit?
there are.
I-
Like I think Jack Black was there.
When? Last year?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't come to my booth because he doesn't give a fuck.
Doesn't give a fuck
But
about
he's
you.
he's been to here before though.
Yeah.
Jack Black. Wait, which one's Jack Black?
The fat guy.
Oh
from-
yeah. I saw him at a movie theater wearing a giant robot T-shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, that's a giant robot shirt.
Oh, and it's on Jack Black.
Yeah,
Tenacious D.
yeah, that's him. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the guy in the White Stripes band. What's his name?
Jack White.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always get him mixed up.
Yeah. You know, Lucha Libre guy.
Yeah.
Fucking. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he was
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah. Oh, he's amazing. He's
yeah.
he's. I think he went to Santa Monica High School or St. Monica's or something.
So he knows the fucking.
he's from the West Side,
He knows
I
the
think.
teacher too.
What's that?
Does he know the teacher too? Is that the same school that you guys went to?
No.
You and JJ?
No. He went to private school.
Oh.
I'm public. I'm a gangster.
Thug life.
I did. I went to public. We went to public school.
I went to public school.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
know. But I'm saying is Jack Black went to private school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Silver spoon.
Yep.
Well, you
Yep.
know.
Couldn't hang.
He seems to.
Yeah, he's done fine.
Yeah, I mean, like it's interesting because like he does do comedy, and like I like to think that
Yeah.
like comedians have to like shovel shit in their faces for like
Oh, probably.
years in order to find that comedic timing.
Wait, what other celebrities besides Jack Black? Like, name one more. Was there anyone else?
I'm sure there were. I just didn't
Oh,
know who they were.
okay.
I just saw because like I don't give a shit about celebrities.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out.
I'm sure like there were actors and stuff like that. Like
I seen none.
maybe even like B list, like but like B list is still impressive,
Right.
Compared to A list.
Sure.
so,
But yeah, I didn't recognize. I didn't see anyone I knew.
yeah,
I recognized one person.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
I
mean,
know.
it's
Whatever.
Like
They shit the same as I do.
Yeah, they certainly do. They
I bet you I
certainly
shit
do.
more. But I bet you I shit more.
Oh, it's all
Yeah.
that fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have game on my shit.
And you also have like the robo toilet.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they might have that too.
Mm.
Yeah, but that doesn't. My shit is still bigger. So there.
It is one of the few like joys of living. I like to think. Pooping. So.
I don't know, man. I try to get that done as soon as possible, quick as I can. Some people like read books on the toilet.
Oh, I play video games sometimes on the toilet.
Oh my god, there's like feces all over the controller, man.
There's feces all over the controller
Yeah,
whether I'm
that's true.
taking a shit or not.
Yeah.
You
You're
know,
gonna get pink eye, man.
like fucking, I have a toilet that like I have a 2-story. I live in a 2-story kind of apartment. The garage is on the bottom floor and the living space is above it. and like there is a little restroom down there, and like I will like use that toilet, and once in a while when I'm downstairs, I'll make sure that there's nothing like no leftovers, and then like I'll show back up. I'll use that restroom again, maybe like a month later,
Right.
and I'll notice like there's like this weird kind of yellow hazy thing going on all over the place.
Whoa.
Like bacteria kind of feeding on like minerals or whatever. It's just kind of like, and I'm like,
Wow.
whoa, like where did this come from? Because I made sure like, everything was caught in the bowl,
Shit.
That's
That's what it is.
And
Shit.
well, that's the thing. It's like when you pee, like, like the water splattering and everything like that is aerated air, and like shit just fucking gets everywhere,
Yeah,
so, like, it's nice to think that like we live clean lives, but we don't.
Oh, no, not
we're,
at all.
We're dirty creatures.
Yeah, imagine like for all you dudes that are chasing really hot girls or something, they're just so dirty.
Oh,
They're just poo everywhere.
They could fucking like take fucking 3
And they-
showers a day, and there'll still be poo.
Yep. Because
No.
right when they grab that towel has poo all over, and they're wiping it right on their face. So just so you know, if you go poo in their bathroom, they're gonna put your poo on their face
Yep.
for the win.
Yes. That's,
FTW.
life goals.
Oh my god, that's horrible. So make sure you go to the bathroom at these people's houses.
Oh yeah.
So you
Well,
can
that's the reason why I always
you can-
use your
yeah.
restroom every time I visit.
you can always one up everybody by having them wipe their face with your poo towel.
Well, even like
There you go.
you think about it even more, like a bidet or something like that. That's still like aerating. Like,
Oh, sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
so like,
No, there's nothing perfect.
but
There's no perfect
but,
environment.
but that's the thing is that like I mean, I feel bad for people who have like what's that phobia called when you have like weird like are afraid of dirt and bacteria and stuff like that.
I don't know. Whatever Howard Hughes had it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking like it's just like that's a must be a terrible kind of thing, because like shit, like we the sooner you can come to the terms with the idea that like bacteria is something that you need, like the better,
Right.
because like like fucking pick your nose and eat the fucking boogers, guys, because
But wasn't it I think I was hearing that the Amazon, that lost tribe in the Amazon, like people were giving them clothes and stuff, and then they were getting sick, but it's from wearing the used clothes from
Oh,
people,
yeah.
and they're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
sick from that or something. So
because they haven't been immunized from modern
exactly,
kind of
but then
diseases.
so everyone's poisoning them by they're pure. Leave them
They're
alone.
pulling a Native America on there.
The whole
man.
thing is leave them alone. They're fine as is. They're like hidden. Leave them hidden.
Is there fire? Is the Amazon still on fire right now?
I think so. I don't think that shit's gonna go out like easily.
Yeah. No. Do you think that was like kind of set by fucking like cattle graze?
I don't know.
Cattle people
I have
like
no idea.
trying to like get rid of a fucking.
I didn't read up enough on it, but I mean, it sounds really bad. I mean, gigantic and bad. So
Yeah.
maybe there's an evolutionary thing to it where it needed to happen once for new growth to happen. But I don't know.
But like,
I'm not sure.
well, who started it? Was it like a lightning storm? I mean,
no
like
idea.
like
I think there was a lightning strike in. Is it like Murrieta or something? Just somewhere near San Diego.
right.
There was a lightning strike in a brush fire today, and they think it was from a lightning strike.
Oh.
So it could be a lightning strike in Amazon. Why not?
there was just
It happened in San Diego.
a fucking thing
Like
that
today.
happened a couple days ago, like maybe a week or two ago, like by the 134 like
Yeah.
thing.
Sure.
And
Was that Eagle Rock? Oh, that was arson.
yeah.
Dude, that was crazy.
That was attempted fucking murder right
yeah.
there.
It was the
was-
son of the Chamber of Commerce president of of Eagle Rock or Echo Park or something. Eagle Rock or something? I forgot. It's Eagle Rock or Echo Park.
Right.
And
He and his buddy, two
Yeah.
25-year-old
listen to
dudes
this perfect timing with it.
with the fucking
Yeah.
the
Anyway, yeah, he tried to kill homeless people.
Yeah.
He wanted to kill an encampment, evidently, and he just got released on $1 million bail or something. Anyway, yeah, it's crazy. That's
man.
crazy.
You know how much that bail cost a bail bonds person? It cost
100,000?
100,000.
Yeah.
If you literally had $100,000 to fucking bail your fucking rotten to the core son out,
But okay, so I didn't understand one thing about. So you would know better than me, probably. $100,000. Do you get that money back?
No.
Okay,
But if you put the full million up, you get the money back.
like $1 million.
As long as they show up to court.
Oh, I see. So the bail bondsman is the $100,000 part.
Yeah.
So they're making $100,000, and he's kind of putting in the 900,000.
Yeah, because not
figuratively.
everyone can fucking throw down $1 million.
Yeah, so you put in 100 to the bail bondsman, he puts up 900,000 figuratively, but probably
Right.
really doesn't.
Right.
Right? He has a deal with them or something.
He might.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so I don't, because the bail bondsman's not going to put up 900,000. Look at those shitty ass offices they have. There's no way that those guys are just flowing that
No,
much.
but the thing is that you want people to, you want to create environments. You got to fucking have places that fucking like, you know, unsavory people who, you know,
But they don't have security guards though,
some of them do.
do they?
Yeah.
Because every time I look, looks like one person just sitting there by themselves. There used to be bail bond offices down here because it was a court.
Oh,
over here.
really?
Yeah. So there was bail bonds offices, but they're
Well,
all
if you go to like
closed.
any of the fucking like bail bonds places, like near the Twin Towers or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
they're locked down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Like Aladdin or
Yeah.
whatever. You
Shit.
know, so at least I think they are.
Yeah.
Like I imagine they would be because they're just in such shady fucking neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know, you got to fucking like, you know, and they're open like 24 hours a
Yeah,
day.
yeah, they have to be.
You know,
That's when all the
so-
trouble starts. They're like, when it gets late, they're like, oh, okay, there's money time.
It's
You know,
time to fucking-
this is when people start fucking up late because they're getting drunk, fucking around, getting drunk driving, whatever it is, you know.
I really hope the fucking bail system fucking collapses. I am not a fan of that because I think it discriminates against the poor, who are generally the people who are getting incarcerated the most.
Right.
You know, and it's just fucking bullshit.
So what would be the system? Nobody gets out. Get rid
No,
of the whole
fucking
thing-
like
whole
you,
thing?
you know,
Or-
you fucking like night court it out and fucking like bring people up and like have them fucking assessed on
get the-
on flight risk.
So
or not.
make the court go faster. You're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Speed it up so you don't have to. Yeah.
You know, or have something like bail or fucking not to bail,
Right.
released or not to be released, you know, decided quickly.
Yeah.
You know,
Usually, yeah, you're right. Because long weekends, it's like that's fucked up.
yeah,
You know.
it like fucking
Yeah, they have a long weekends, and I'm like, oh man, that sucks.
Yep. If you get like picked up on a fucking Friday night, you are going to be there until Monday morning.
Yeah.
You know, and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, I think people should be assessed on whether or not they're a flight risk.
Yeah.
And fucking, if you're not one, then why should we fucking, you know, make you eat powdered eggs and fucking, you know, all the other garbage they fucking feed you in these fucking shitholes?
Yeah, my cousin said that in jail, when he was there, they, like I don't know, he was being defiant in jail. So as soon as they would hand him the food, he would look at the guy and just throw it right in the trash.
Right.
He was doing that kind of shit. I'm like, what's the point of that? You're just not going to eat. But he was like, I think he was there, same thing, long weekend.
Right.
He happened to get in trouble at the wrong time,
Yeah.
you know, or got picked up on something on the wrong time. And then he was there for like 4 days or something.
You know, the thing that
Yeah.
I was always really impressed by was Giant Robot did that article about spread. You know?
Yeah, the prison stuff.
Yeah, the prison
Yeah,
food.
yeah. What's the juice called?
Pruno.
Pruno. It's just a weird name. Oh my god.
Yeah, like fucking. I remember seeing people fucking make Pruno. They'll
Pruno.
take a fucking like clean garbage bag, shove in a whole bunch of fucking fruit, squashed fruit. They'll squash it to like let the juice out, and they'll fucking throw bread on top of it and fucking like wrap it up, and like the bread has the yeasts in it, and it will transform the juice into alcohol. And you know, if the bread had a little mold on it, even better. You know, gross.
That's so gnarly. So wait, do they filter all of it out and you just get the liquid, or what about the actual gunk? Like,
I think they just like kind of try and get the juice, the liquid out. You know,
sounds awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, you know, it's booze. Have you ever done that before? I did that
No.
once when I was in college.
No, I didn't.
I fucking like took a jug of fucking of apple juice,
Uh-huh.
and I just put in like a tablespoon of fucking like
Yeast?
of yeast in
Oh.
it. You know,
Turns into alcohol?
Yeah, it turns into alcohol.
Fuck.
Got
no.
fucking wasted on it.
No, never did it.
You know,
Was it good? Did it taste okay? I mean,
It
that's-
tasted more like juice than it did fucking.
Oh, really?
You know, because like, you know, it's like I didn't wait that long. I didn't wait for it to go bad.
Right.
Like, you know, I just waited until like fucking like
there was alcohol.
yeah, you could
Ugh.
smell alcohol on it, and
Wow.
like it tastes like like a cocktail almost. Like,
Damn.
You know? But yeah, you can get drunk off that shit.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I realized I had Asian drinking syndrome. You know, or ADS as I like to refer to it.
Oh.
You know, where I turn pink.
So, sorry, last question, because we're at the 2 hour mark.
Oh, okay.
When will Luke re-release the Boba's Boba action figure? Is that the same one we were talking about earlier, or is this a different one? You're coughing, and you're coughing more.
And I'm coughing more.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about the one I did. It's the 3/4, the 3 3/4 inch Boba action figure. Where he's wearing the hoodie, the brown pants, and the.
Yeah, that one.
Is that the one?
I think so. There's no picture of it, so I don't know. He's just asking, but
Boba's Boba.
are you re-releasing it?
We've been talking. I've been talking to them for a while, and like that's because they self-cast and hand paint.
Do
all
they
the
make
figures.
they make like 100 of those, or can they do that? That's a lot.
We did. I think we did 100 of them the first run a couple years ago, and I keep encouraging them to make more, facilitate the demand.
What happened?
It's just a lot of work.
Too busy. Oh, okay.
You know, like fucking hand painting a Boba Fett helmet is tough.
Yeah.
You know, even if like everything else is like kind of simple, because I just have like a black hoodie, brown pants, black
Did
shoes.
you purposely do that? Keep everything simple so they can easily paint it.
I make it simple so
Yeah.
I can paint it.
Yeah.
Like if I have to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Sounds good, but okay.
You know, like
What toy company is that?
Oh God, it was the company that used to be associated with Special Ed Toys.
I was gonna say Special Ed Toys because that's what I thought it was.
That was Manny, but they separated.
Oh.
Like
Beef.
yeah, beef.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh
Shit.
Shit. Rivalries.
Yes,
the
rivalries. Yeah.
And we just brought that shit full fucking circle.
I know. Rivalries.
Anyways, well, hey,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going to Long Beach.
You're going?
I'm going.
Oh my God.
I want to go to the Zine Fest. I
Okay.
want to like see this shit. You know, like, one of my favorite things, like it was. Remember when you did the Zine Fest out in fucking, was it Burbank
I did
or
one.
Glendale?
I was in Burbank.
Or was
A Zine Fest? Like
Yeah.
LA Zine Fest?
LA Zine Fest.
There was one out there in a weird area. Like,
Yeah, it was the worst parking in.
Yeah. It was like Atwater or something.
yeah.
That was the one where I actually did the worst too. Like worst sales ever.
But I remember like discovering like these weird like girls that like did these fucking hentai, really badly drawn-ish, but like intentionally badly kind of rough, like anime inspired hentai kind
Wow.
of like, like furry fucking kind of stuff. And I was just like, holy shit, this stuff is so raw and gnarly.
Wow.
Like fucking like I need to get more of this.
I don't know if that'll be there at this one in Long Beach.
Probably not.
No, that sounds amazing.
But like
Wow.
oh man, I still need to dig up that fucking like crazy fucking hentai fucking doujinshi that I picked up in Japan and I don't even know if we can show it here.
We should just make copies and make a zine. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Anyways,
Cool, man. Thanks all for listening.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you much.
Have a good night.
Yeah. Good night.
Robot and the bear.
Wait, are you gonna do it?
No, I'm not gonna.
You're gonna do it, huh?
Nope, I'm just. I feel more like energized in the beginning. Oh, it's so hard listening to myself.
Thank you.